but I don't.
What are you willing to lose? You cover your wounds, but underneath them, a million voices in your head that whisper, stop now.
Another twist of a knife, turn of the screws. It's all in your mind and it's fighting you. Arm yourself, the storm is coming. Well, kid,
What's it gonna do now?
it's your reflection looking back to pull you down.
So are you gonna die today? You make it out alive. You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons and tear down the ceiling, phoenix fly.
Now you're playing with matches, come out of the ashes underneath you.
A million voices in the crowd, they're screaming, stop now. Balloons for the pride, you turn the tide to true believers.
Got them in the palm of your hand, you're playing God now.
What's it gonna do now?
It's your reflection looking back to pull you down.
So are you gonna die today? You make it out alive. You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons and tear down the ceiling, phoenix fly.
Got them in the palm of your hand.
What's it gonna do now? So are you gonna die today? You make it out alive. You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons and tear down the ceiling, phoenix fly. You gotta conquer the monster in your head, phoenix fly.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for the I wonder where you are. Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. While we are so ashamed to be alive, break the chains and our freedom's ours to take.
Welcome back, Corey.
Thanks for having me again.
I'm glad to see you again. Welcome, everyone. We are here for week 4 of the EGL LoL Circuit.
Yeah.
Pretty excited.
Pretty excited. Today we have the Ham Elites versus Party to Challenger.
Yes.
So last week we had Fire Nation taking on your team,
Yep.
and
Brutal.
didn't turn out as well as we like, but there's always next week, and
Indeed.
grow from that. And so currently you guys are sitting in second place. These teams are fighting for third and fourth.
Yep.
If you guys have the tiebreaker over Party the Challenger, so is that a little biased to you to have them take the W here, or are you just
Yeah.
looking for some good games?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just looking for good games. It's funny you say that. I didn't even think about that. I don't know how many players know who I am. So I'm EGL Vindy. So I've run the whole league. I play for EGL, and I also manage like all the production side of this with our director of esports, Forrest Pelkey. So I only have time to think about so much because this is happening so fast and it's gotten really big really quick.
Yep.
I just want good games. I'm doing this to entertain everyone.
Perfect.
I hate solo queue with a thriving passion. Riot is not giving us a very good skill expression.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to create this. I know there's a lot of tryhards in our local Midwest community, and I kind of wanted to give them a format that they can spend all this time playing the game that we love and actually use it towards something.
Yeah, and be in a league and express it and play with friends and have a good time. So the current patch was the 80 carry buffs patch. I know you're the 80 carry for
Yes.
EGL. So
Yep.
how much has the patch changed, or is it still kind of a weak roll? And do you expect to see mainly 80 carries? I know Legit Camel is a pretty dedicated marksman player, but do you expect some other picks to find their way down there, or do you expect mostly the traditional marksmen to find their way in the bot lane?
So I think the health per level, it's there. That's cool. Whatever.
Yeah, we take those.
Personally, and I hope Twitch chat calls me out because I have the Vindy special builds. I think actually the Zeal movement speed buffs was the larger
For the Swifty boots,
for the Swifty boots. Yes.
Oh.
I think that the Swifty boots, with the new Zeal items, I think Swiftness boots is the way to go on almost every 80 carry right now. That's a personal opinion of mine. It feels really good. I don't think that these changes made it so I'm not gonna play my signature Swain.
Yeah.
Or we're not gonna be playing Syndra.
Yeah. No. Those are
those
still strong.
champions are still gonna exist. Ziggs is still going to exist, everyone. But I do think it made AD carry slightly more viable. I want to play a few more patches and let's see statistics to back up how
Yeah.
the game feels. AD carries do have the most agency in the game. They just auto attack, and it feels really bad to play them early. But I think the main problem that AD carry players feel is we never get to 6 items.
True.
When AD carries hit 6 items,
then they're a
it feels
champion.
so bad. It feels so bad to play against an Aphelios with 6 items. Okay, that guy is crazy.
Yeah, he does a lot of things good, and that's the thing when I was looking at the changes, really noticed was we do have these 80 carries, Varus, Aphelios, Misfortune, that kind of stand out. They do a lot right, and if they could just bring the other marksmen to that level,
so we can get some more flavor.
Yeah, get some more flavor and express when they're supposed to be strong. If Draven has that really strong early game but falls off later, and Caitlyn has really strong early game, really strong late game, weak mid game, if they could just and it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to balance because
No.
if 80 carries are broken, every other role is irrelevant.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's
It's
either
crazy.
80 carries are relevant and everything else is irrelevant. So
Absolutely.
I understand it's tough to balance, but what are some other picks you're looking to see here? I know the junglers kind of share a similar pool. We have Solo Mason primarily leaning on the Rek'Sai J4, which in past matchups have kind of seemed like the premier 2 junglers in this circuit.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we have a lot of high caliber J4 players.
yes.
I think 3 of the junglers here all play J4 top 3. They would say J4 is a top 3 pick for them.
Yeah.
So J4 is always going to be contested. His kit, no matter what his stats are, you can build Redemption J4. Our
He's still
jungler loves Redemption J4. Does the same job, whether he's Conquer, Electrocute. If he's in the jungle, J4 is doing the same job no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
So
Yeah.
he really brings the strong early, mid, late game. Rek'Sai is more of a early game focused.
Mhm.
We do have Rek'Sai, Lisa, and Nidalee. Those other two are a little bit more unforgiving. Rek'Sai is a little bit more
Yes.
forgiving. So I think that's why if players are looking for that early agency jungler, that they're
Right.
leaning on that Rek'Sai, and it is a good matchup in the J4. You know, it's kind of a handshake. J4 has agency at that level 2. Rek'Sai kind of takes over in that early game, and then J4's ult provides a little bit more, and Rek'Sai kind of becomes that knockup bot,
Yeah,
tank
exactly.
initiator.
You
But
know, Rek'Sai reminds me of what Elise used to be.
mhm.
Starts out with a lot of good damage and everything, and eventually just becomes a CC bot.
Yep.
You know, maybe can tank some stuff. So.
Which is good, and if you can snowball that lead, and that
Mhm.
kind of goes into the play style of our two teams today. We have the Ham Elites, who in their first matchup against the Fire Nation in week 1, so they've had a couple weeks to get all this practice in, and hopefully
Yep.
they use it efficiently. They really got out to big leads in the laning phase. We saw 50 CS lead top lane, but then
Oh, yeah.
kind of lost it in the mid lane or mid game. They fumbled a few dragons. Then they were facing Soul Point, and then the team play kind of wasn't there. So hopefully, with 2 weeks of practice under their belt, they can uh, capitalize on those early game
Sure.
leads. They looked really dominant in the laning phase, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, we know this team has strong mechanical players, right? So, I'm not familiar with Storyteller and Wiz Callista in the mid and support lane, support role. I know legit Camel very well. Probably the strongest mechanical in lane pre 15-minute AD carry.
No other influences.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
very
If you had
sound.
if there weren't junglers in this game, it just wouldn't be very fun to face that guy in lane.
Yeah.
So he's never gonna get his Caitlyn. We were talking about this earlier.
Mhm.
He'll never get his Caitlyn. He's very good at gaining CS leads. We know top lane Herondale, volatile player, can either just absolutely take a club and smash you over and over and over and over again, but also sometimes feels like his lead is stronger than it really is, and will make a TP play or something and try to
Be a
force a
little
fight.
overzealous.
And exactly. So we're looking to see maybe some restraint on the team play from him.
Yep.
And but we still want him to just absolutely wreck top lane.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we do have a substitute today for Party the Challenger. They
Correct.
are playing their substitute top laner. So
Yep.
going-
Kusta, I believe.
Kusta is going
Yep.
to be filling in for Megan Foxy.
Yep.
So Herondale, being that really strong laning top laner, went up a bunch of CS last week.
Yeah,
or a
against
couple
their
weeks ago.
against their starting top. I hope
Yep.
Kusta has something that he can just try to stay alive.
Yeah.
That's what that guy needs to do.
Stay alive, scale, and let the
Yep.
other team or the other members of the team kind of take over.
And let's talk about mid lane for a second. It is my personal opinion, not the opinion of my team, and not the opinion of a lot of other people, but I strongly believe that Mega Man Zero is the strongest mid laner. We in the circuit right now. We can't. My team in scrims, I will admit this, in scrims, we 4 or 5 ban this guy every single time.
Hey, and
We do not let him play Victor. It is a death sentence to us. He is such a strong player at just absorbing pressure from jungle, and it's generally better just to get rid of the champions that scale really well, like Kassadin and Victor. Those champions with that player, it's very difficult to play against.
so he's more of a control mage.
Yes.
Kind of
Absolutely.
scale into late game team fighter.
Yep.
And I know Wiz Kaista on the other side on the Ham Elites, he's a big
Yep.
assassin player. He plays the Echo, the Zed, and
Right.
then he's a Casio main.
A movable object
Yep.
versus unstoppable force.
Yeah. So maybe look for Wiz Kaista took 2 solo kills in their first matchup in lane
Mhm.
against Fire Nation.
Yep. Which that's no big feat because Burn Victim is very similar to Mega Man.
Yeah,
They
so
play
they play very similar-
control, safe, map pressure oriented stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
so Wiz Kaista, he was high plat, almost made it to Diamond. He won his series right as the season ended, so he didn't actually hit Diamond. And then he
Oh.
took a break and is coming back for this. So excited to see kind of the clash of play styles here. Aggressive laner looking to get on the map and take that lead to the side lanes and really push that push the momentum. And I think if this game goes beyond 40 minutes, it's going to be in PTC's
I think so,
edge.
too.
But if it's a quick, hard-hitting, fast game, I think the Ham Elites have the
For
advantage.
sure. All right, it's 155. We're gonna do coin flips for sides.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna let you handle
Do you know who has which side?
that. No pressure. Yes. So
Let's
we're
look first
doing.
before we spoil
Yeah.
this.
So PTC is heads, and tails is THE.
All right, and we
So,
have a Massachusetts coin here, so it's
Massachusetts
not.
coin.
Trust me, I have no allegiances here. So
Yes.
this is going to be tails, heads.
All right.
I practice, so.
Go ahead. That was
And
gorgeous form.
Heads it is.
Heads it is. So PTC has side selection.
And they will talk to Calvin over here and get
Yep.
side selection all straightened away. And yeah, so I'm interested to see the bans. Like you said, against Party the Challenger, you guys are banning 4. Against the Ham Elites, Fire Nation banned 2 mid laners in the first rotation. So
Yeah, maybe.
we might see 7, 8 mid lane bans here,
Yeah.
and we could be going deep into champion pools.
Yeah, yeah.
and
More like Champion Oceans is
yeah,
gonna force.
We'll see who is more comfortable on those picks.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing that could happen is Party Challenger could be banning out the top lane pool to protect their sub. Maybe
True.
not as not as much team practice.
And THE could completely attack this guy too.
Yes,
I
that's
mean,
true.
they could just throw like 4 bans at this guy.
And just let mid lane kind of be a farm lane, and then attack the
Yeah.
top lane, and just have Soul Mason camp for Herondale and
Right.
try and get that lead and just
Right.
get moving. So it's interesting to see how the approach is going to be from both teams. So
Sure.
I don't know. I haven't heard too much about their scrims or anything. If they have been playing each other in past weeks to practice,
Sure.
which would be interesting to hear how they go. Last week we had some insight, so it's
Yeah,
always
I
interesting.
mean, I know EGL scrims a lot. We try to scrim teams a lot. PTC, we've scrimmed this team so many times. I joke that they're like our sister team. I mean, we know these guys very well. So I'm pretty excited to cast them today. Yeah, we know them very, very well. THE, I haven't heard much word if they're scrimming other people in the circuit. I know FN is screaming people outside of the circuit. That's just kind of the way they want to do it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. So we'll just kind of see. We got about 3 minutes to game start. I kind of want to talk about the circuit itself.
Yep,
And
go
like
right
the
ahead.
plans for the circuit. So we're here in Green Bay, Edge VR Arcade and Gamers Lounge. Right now we're doing an online league for the current situation in the world. Don't want to say that word or we get demonetized. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. So right now, this is an online league. We're going to be looking to invite 3 more teams for season 2. If you're interested, you can contact myself. You can message the arcade. I'm the one who manages the social feeds for that, so you can manage the arcade. Message the arcade there. We are looking to invite 3 more teams. There will be kind of qualifiers for those. Those will be hidden offline.
Yep.
We'll just make sure that we have people that are at least around the same caliber.
Yeah, and dedicated. We don't want
Right.
people who aren't committed, who are going to be hit or miss.
Right, yeah, because we have a schedule, we stick to the schedule. There's some flexibility and stuff, but game day is game day, so
Yep.
we need to make sure everyone's showing up. So there will be some of that. If you're interested in that, I'm sure that you can find us. Find me, EGL Vindy. You can add me on the league client if you choose. That's totally fine.
Yeah, or if you know any of the other players who are participating and heard through word of mouth, let them know. They'll
Yeah,
get you in contact
absolutely.
with Aaron here and
Yeah, for sure.
get you going.
Yep. And so, season 2, not too much info about season 2 yet, but, season 2 is going to be a little bit bigger. We are going to do some money. There's going to be some money involved in that. There's going to be some cash for first and
That's
second
always
and
good.
third. Not ready to announce what the numbers are yet, but yeah. So I can't wait. I can't wait to have 7 teams instead of 4.
Yeah,
4
right.
is fun because it's it's consolidated. We know what's
Mm-hmm.
going on, but it'll be fun to have more teams and more games. So someone said 5.5K. Yeah, man. Why don't you put that up? That would
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, Christian, we'll see it.
Studios aren't cheap. So yeah. With that being said, we got 1 minute towards the game.
Yeah, so,
What side did everyone select?
so it looks like PTC is going to be blue side,
Okay.
and the Ham Elites are going to be on red side. So probably looking for, I know Wiz Kaisa is a big counter pick guy. He doesn't like picking his
He wants.
champions
He
early.
just wants to smash the
He,
lane.
he wants to win lane, and like we kind of said before, transition. And I see them going over to champ select here,
Yep.
so
Here we go.
Calvin's going to switch us over to the champ select.
All
So
right.
excited to see bans here. Probably going to be firing off pretty big or pretty quick here. Leona with the first ban.
And this is exactly how we predicted. No matter what team it is, this champion is just too strong.
Yep, Leona provides so much agency to start fights, and she's very forgiving with aftershock. She gets so tanky.
She's so easy to execute.
Yep.
You know, it's
easy to execute. She's a perfect package, especially for something like this where you want someone who can get in and start the fight, and everyone else kind of dogpile in. And then we see Olaf in response. So Jig and Jag must be practicing that Olaf pick.
Yeah. He's pulled it out. He's pulled it out. We've lost some games against the Olaf.
Yeah,
like he
so
snowballs well with it.
that might be a scrim, something from scrims that isn't noticed on his op.gg is definitely more of a tank player. His Zac has like a 67% win rate or something ridiculous over like 30 some games.
He does play a lot of Zac.
So interesting to see the Olaf kind of go above those tank picks. So maybe looking to duel. If they want that Zac pick, Solo Mason might be looking to get on the aggressive and get in there and invade counter jungle. And then we see Darius, Caitlyn.
The Darius ban is interesting. I don't know if Herondale plays a lot of Darius.
No, and Herondale is one of those guys who has played multiple roles. He was originally going to be the jungler for the Ham Elites, and him and Solo Mason swapped. So their op.ggs are definitely hard to decipher.
Kind of figure out right now. Absolutely.
We see Mr. 200 years getting locked in for the first pick on blue side, and that is definitely
that is a misplay, I believe, by THE.
Yeah.
I would not give Deadpool Aphelios.
Yep, and that is his main champion. And then we see Lulu Cog, so maybe a Juggernaut, or this could be AP Kog'Maw, which we've been hearing, and I saw on Mega Man Zero's AP Kog'Maw mid. I know FN was talking it up and really hyped on it, and on Mega Man Zero's match history, it had like 4 or 5 games of AP Cog mid. So
now that's probably not going to happen because of the Lulu.
Yeah,
but it could be flexed.
It could be flexed.
And
I know Wiz Kaisa has played AP Cog in the past.
True.
It's kind of against his playstyle, but if they're trying to maybe reel it back and go for that scaling comp, that would be a
they're
perfect
probably
pick.
just stealing it from. Yeah, they're probably just stealing it from PTC.
Yep, that could be it.
Yeah.
And then Karma paired up with the Aphelios is very strong. It gives kind of a lane agency. And that shield team fight, speeding him up, just really letting him play how he wants to go, going in and out to play to Aphelios' strengths, which he has a lot of them.
Sure. Solo Mason's current client quote is "Cog has no counters."
Oh. Cog has no counters.
So,
I do not know if I agree with that, and if that is,
I would say time. Time is the only counter to Kog'Maw.
Yeah.
Early Kog'Maw, as we know, actually.
And is that Kog'Maw mid or Kog'Maw 80 carry has
It's going to be
counters?
80 carry. It's going to be 80 carry.
I think so
With the
too.
Lulu, it's going to be 80 carry for sure.
But is the quote? Kog'Maw mid has no counters, because I would say Zed is a very strong counter to Kog'Maw mid. I don't know if I'd want to be living in that lane. So to Solo Mason, I challenge him on that one.
Yeah.
So then we're going to the second round of bans here. We see Hecarim coming in. Hecarim has seen a very large spike in solo queue in the top lane. Taking Conqueror, he is oppressive and a very good counter to a lot of the meta picks. Set matchup, I am not so sure. I feel like Set would just stand there and throw hands, and it would be pretty close. So I know, like into Aatrox, he was a famous counter too, and a lot of these bruisers are very good matchup because with Sheen procs and everything on the Q, he can win a lot of trades. So Wukong's Sedge coming out, Zed seeing a ban here. So I feel like PTC is right along with us. Thinking
there's the cast ban.
Thinking that Cog is going bot lane. So maybe this introduces Cog mid back on the table. With the bans, I mean, those are Wiz Kaisa's 2 main champions. Zed,
I just don't see how you escape that Cog not going bot.
Yeah,
there's the...
Oh, and there's the Kennen. So we're probably going to see Hecarim jungle. We're really excited to see him in the top lane, see those trades, but he's
Hecarim is so tanky.
Yep.
and does so much damage. I don't know why this champion isn't played more.
Yeah, I'm right with you.
I hate playing a crit carry into a Hecarim.
Well, he just presses R, fears you, knocks you back, and is doing a crap ton of damage. And then we see everyone's favorite champion,
Ornn.
the what did we say? A mage, assassin,
The mage-
tank, utility.
Yeah.
He does it all.
Yeah, he
so
does it all.
He's a huge pick to fall all the way through to pick 4 on blue side. Probably going into the top lane, so we're probably going to see set jungle, which is very interesting.
Orianna. Okay, so Mega Man's Orianna has his good days and his bad days. Last week we saw him ult himself on accident during a team fight.
Yep.
That's big. If you mess that shockwave up, this is an execution. It's not consistent. You have to, if you hit it, it's big, changes, you win the game off of like a 4 or 5 man Orianna
that's a
shockwave.
big ult to be
But
using.
she's shorter-ish range.
Yep, and we're going to see the counter pick Echo here. That's kind of the third champion
Wow.
on Wiz Callista's champ pool. So they took
I
off
like-
the Zed,
I
the
like-
Echo,
Yeah, I like this Echo pick into Ori, actually.
Yep.
That's really big.
and with the Kog'Maw, is going to be scaling. So Echo really provides that mid-game power spike. He really hits hard and can roam around the map and transition those leads to the other players. So Aphelios Karma into Cog Lulu, probably going to be a pretty big farming lane. I know
Yeah.
Aphelios does hit those random spikes where he can take
If he
those
gets the
2v2.
flamethrower,
Yep.
he can go. But so let's see here. We have the Orianna into set, so they can play. It's kind of like Aphelios Karma can just exist,
Yep.
right? And so they have a really strong like mid top jungle synergy. I feel like, and it's crazy because I think THE they have a really like scrappy like
Kind
they-
of like we described. If this is a bloody
Yeah.
game, it's really
Yeah.
favoring
yeah.
THE. But if it's a standard, we're
Yeah.
going for late game, I really favor the team comp on PTC.
Yeah, if PTC shot calls this and executes properly, I don't think THE will win. I'm
Yep.
not saying they're going to get slaughtered. I just think like
Yeah,
if you think about
outdrafted.
how this 5v5 will like actually fight out, the
Yep.
Orianna plus Orange set is
It's
like,
crazy.
and then you just have a Aphelios to like clean it all up. But if you get like the random like the team fight starts, but
With-
not everyone's there right away.
Yep. Then it's
Completely
Well,
different. It's
or
completely
if-
different.
or
Hecarim's
if-
just going to catch you out, and then Kennan's going to follow up.
yeah. If Kennen can get a nice flank with a nice R, and then Hecarim comes in, breaks up the team fight, and really kind of makes it a kind of a mess. THE is really looking for messy team fights in here in this game. They're looking for picks, and they're looking to avoid 5v5s because, like you kind of mentioned,
Right.
they're just going to get smacked. And we see Kusta, the sub, coming in.
Just playing Ornn.
And he gets
Put him on Ornn.
He's
Yeah.
on Ornn duty.
Just
He
do
gets to play a champion that brings a lot to teams with a lot, and it doesn't require a whole lot of practice. So
Right.
if he hasn't got the reps in scrims, you play
Yeah.
Ornn. They ask for teleport. You teleport. You press R, and you knock everyone up.
Yeah, it's a chance for Chikusa to show his character.
so-
What is that Lord of the Rings meme or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Um,
So I just want to ask Twitch chat. Let's see. Type 1 if you think 1 if you're going for PTC on this, or 2 if you're going for THE. I just want to see
Yeah.
what you guys think. What draft do you think is better here? 1 or 2? This would be interesting to see what you guys say. I'm thinking if the game is executed properly, PTC wins.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say
just
1.
from the draft, I'm big on PTC here, but like I said, there's definitely a chance for.
And if the game goes 40 minutes, I mean, Cog Lulu might just be their own team. But
Yeah.
still, I still think if PTC executes properly and they don't make any glaring mistakes, they will win.
Yeah.
But it is not as bad as some of the other drafts we've seen.
True.
You know.
We have seen some
Or
drafts
got
all
mid.
over. And you got to take into comfort on here.
All right,
like we
so-
kind of said.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for PTC and 1, 2, 3. We have 3 for THE.
So it'll be pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. And like Bearson is saying in the Twitch chat, Cog has a lot to go through. Even if he gets to 5 items, Ornn R, Set R,
Yeah, true.
Orianna R.
Be interesting to see if Cog takes cleanse.
Yeah, it's not too.
Because or barrier. So like if
Yeah.
I run Cog Lulu, Lulu should be
take
taking
barrier,
heal. Cog should be taking cleanse or barrier because
Yep.
I mean like you're just a turret. So yeah,
Yep, I'm right with you on that one. They're not ever going to probably take a 2v2 early. So
no,
Ignite isn't bringing too much agency. Not a
yeah,
lot of healing on the side of PTC.
right.
So the heal definitely brings a lot of help, especially if the early set gank comes in and followed on top of like a Karma tether.
Looks like we're getting in game here any moment.
And then if Aphelios
All right.
chains that into his root, it can definitely be a little troublesome for the Cog. So he does take the barrier with the heal, so they
Okay, yeah, that's what I would do. Oh, and he went Guardian. Okay, good.
Perfect. So that's going to really help the Cog get to that 4 or 5 items. And then Hecarim actually took Ignite in jungle. So he's running with Ignite Smite, not the usual Ghost we see on Hecarim. Hecarim gets AD for the more movement speed he has. So usually Ghost brings really good mobility and damage.
But when Cody's not, Solo Mason over there is not really the most he's not the invade and eat your face type jungler. So I'm really actually surprised he took Ignite here.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking too.
He's the objective control god. So that I'm wondering if he's just trying to, he wants to try to get an early league. I don't know if you're gonna do that versus Set though.
Yeah, Set's
like,
an interesting.
Like, how can you invade Set? He's just gonna punch
fight
you to death.
He'll just take.
Yeah,
take
he
the
wants
1v1.
to fight you.
Yeah, you come to him and he's happy. So, I'm interested to see that. Maybe it will help with no ignites in the mid lane or the like top lane. It's kind of like bringing an extra combat summoner, and if he doesn't really need the ghost. It's just really nice to get to lanes or to get that extra little damage. So it's still going to serve the same purpose. He still has his R to get out of sticky situations.
Right.
But trying to think of what the pathing here is going to be. We have THE starting on the red side.
Okay.
And Hecarim is going to be starting Raptors. And then we got a nice leash for bot lane for Set here. So Set's going to be pathing towards the top lane, maybe covering the Ornn. And like we kind of said, looking to help him out his first game maybe with the team. So if he just gets comfortable, gets CSing, gets a little coverage, protect him, because Kennen should run away with this lane early. He's taking phase rush. He can kind of just auto freely, but Ornn has so much utility and brings so much agency to the game where he should be fine to survive through the Doran Shield.
It feels really bad to play against Kennen as most melee matchups.
Yep.
I mean, he is the Darius of ranged top laners.
Yep, and he is so strong, and he's taking phase rush, so we're not going to see AD Kennen.
Phase rush.
Definitely going to see the AP. I know Conqueror is kind of being played with. I am not 100% sure. Like I said,
I mean, I like it in theory. I just, I don't think I see that often.
Conqueror for the bonus AP.
Sure.
Which is nice and gives you a little bit of healing.
Chad, help me out. What is meta on Kennen top right now in 10-11? That is that's interesting.
And we also see the phase rush on the Orianna, which is standard. I'm pretty sure.
that is probably standard.
And then the only other keystone here is going to be the Conqueror on the Aphelios. Like we kind of talked about, he does a whole lot of stuff great. So being able to proc that up to 10 stacks, get healing with his Chakram, with his other guns. I'm not a full expert on Aphelios, I'm not going to lie. He is very hard
not
to...
even LCS casters are...
he's very hard to...
Oh, and he's doing the thing!
He's doing
the thing!
He's doing something. So try to call out the guns as best we can, but don't be flaming me if it's a little off. I know the sniper gives some long range, the red gives attack speed and
he gets the same range as Caitlyn with sniper form. That's awesome. I'm glad that we decided that's what we needed.
And we see a little trade here, Ornn into the Kennen. The Set did recall, and he's not on the top side. So Hecarim's here.
Looks like
shadowing.
Slow pushing. They're letting it kind of slow push bot.
Yep, and we see kind of a 2v2 in the middle lane. They're just kind of having a stalemate where...
Echo took minion detealerizer.
Yeah, that's... I'm not sure. And Hecarim is actually going to knock Orianna out of the Echo stun with his E. So that's a little bit of anti-synergy. Ideally, with that Hecarim E, you want to get behind him and knock him back, but that's not always the case, and Orianna has her speed up. She is out of mana here, and Echo's pushing this in, should be able to get a nice cheater recall, and Ori's going to be probably fine farming this under tower. She does have very good auto attacks with her passive.
Yep.
So Echo could be looking for a recall here, or just to keep pushing this and have Hecarim kind of hang out by him and give him a little bit of safety. But Kog'Maw is just free firing,
Oh,
trying
he's
to
trying
take a
to
trade
but
into Aphelios.
Karma is just disgusting.
Karma gets the
Oh,
root.
wow, okay.
and
That's a little bit of damage trade back.
yeah, Aphelios committed more to the minion wave. They might be looking for a recall here. He could have definitely chunked out Kog'Maw a little bit more.
Well, Cog has biscuits, by the way.
Okay,
I don't know if you noticed that. So that's why he's probably like, we can trade right now because whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they do have Hecarim on the bot side, so you know
Yep.
they're pretty safe from getting ganked. Not much is going to be happening here. But like we said, they're Kog'Maw can't get sold or 2v2 killed in this lane.
Yeah,
That's a huge.
it's pretty hard. Like
Yep.
you'd have to be playing bad. Oh, Hecarim gets the flash out of it.
Yep, and heal. So that's a
Okay.
big 2 summoners burned by Hecarim coming in. He still has that Ignite, and he does have the Chilling Smite, so that's a slow. So if Aphelios does get knocked into the Lulu Cog, he definitely can go down. But he gets the speed up from the heal, speed up from the Karma, the slow from the Karma, and gets out alive with the 2 summoners. So look for Hecarim to repeat gank bot lane.
Yeah.
And we see Set hit the vision plant top lane, so Herondale should know that he's up here.
Looks like everyone's basically even in CS except for bot lane, which we were talking about. You know that legit Camel would have the lead, but right now it's Deadpool Gambit.
Yeah, and he's on his main Aphelios, which is a huge, huge
that-
pick to give over.
That champion can be a lane bully too, so I mean you kind of are forcing a little. Okay, here
And
we
we
go.
see the
Lane
Ornhorn
top.
going into
2
Kennen,
flashes.
and they
Okay.
both flash. Set and Kennen flash. We see Herondale push that lead. We kind of talked about him being that aggressive top laner,
Yep.
and we saw Set hit the vision plant behind their red buff. So he should have known he was kind of in the area, but he really wants to get that shove in so he can get that reset.
Absolutely.
Ends up costing him his flash. Now in week 1 against Fire Nation, Herondale prioritized the lane, so he blew it.
Oh my
and
gosh.
we see Hecarim just get caught out here.
Hecarim just tried to get that. and-
Trying to solo the dragon, and it's on a ward.
Yeah.
And Karma and Ori
Does
just
he have
collapse.
a sweeper? I don't think he has a. Does Hecarim have a sweeper? He
Does.
does.
So that's interesting.
Wow.
And they kind of gift over the Earth Dragon for that. But like I was saying, Herondale really prioritized. Oh, and Echo's going in. But they just keep fighting everywhere.
Yeah, Echo can really just kind of do whatever he wants with Orianna. Orianna just, I don't know. I feel like Orianna has to ignore him and just get as much CS as possible.
Yeah, trade if their jungler's around, but
Yeah.
really just be conscious of that Hecarim coming in, because Hecarim's about to ding 6, and that
Yeah.
that becomes a much easier gank to execute.
Oof, man, those autos hurt.
Yeah, Ori's really taking good trades here.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's the thing is Echo took TP as well. So like he doesn't have the, he has electrocute, but he doesn't have ignite. So like
Yeah.
he's not,
not the same kill pressure.
yeah,
as
not the
Ignite.
same kill pressure at all.
And the CS lead here in top lane is not as big as maybe we expected
yeah.
with a Kennen into Ornn, but like we said, Ornn just has such
Yeah, I
good
think that's
base
more to
stats.
say how absurdly strong Ornn is
Yeah.
as opposed to like any sort of play style from Herondale or Kusta.
Yep.
Ornn is just like an absolutely unmovable object.
Yep.
It's just so frustrating.
And we see those brittle trades with Ornn into the Kennen, where Kennen should be pretty safe, but if he gets the E onto the
Right.
pillar, gets the knockup, gets the brittle, gets the auto, and that's like half of Kennen's health
Yeah.
with so much damage.
As a tank.
And reliable damage too. So,
Yep.
and we see him building towards that Abyssal Mask.
Where's the Nashor's Tooth Ori, Chad is saying? You know, I don't think I've ever seen him build Nashor's Tooth.
Or any sane Oriannas. I know PoE
yeah,
was a big,
PoE loves it, yeah.
but almost every other one.
Yeah, I think we can expect the standard like Ludens into
Probably Hourglass for the
yeah.
Echo.
I mean that's generally what he's gonna build. I'm interested to see if we're gonna see Deadpool wait and build IE last item
if he's
like he
gonna
did
go
to
Essence,
us. Yeah, if he's gonna go Essence first.
it's better utility. You get the sustained mana, but you definitely miss a little bit of your punch. And with Aphelios, the sooner you can really just kind of take over those games with that IE or
does
Essence into Double Zeal.
Does each individual flame of the flamethrower crit?
I have no.
Because I feel like sometimes I play against it and it does. And so in that case, like IE is just insane.
It's definitely a very valuable item. We see
Right.
Hirondale taking a big trade here. He's going past the minion wave.
He doesn't
to
even
really,
do damage.
Yeah,
He does
just
like
tickles.
no damage to this guy.
So Ornn does have the
Ugh.
Negatron cloak and 1 cloth armor, and he's not taking any damage from the Sork boots Kennen.
Right, it just negates. It basically has negated Ken's purchase at
Yep.
this point. So
So coming in next, Hirondale could go for the Proto Belt, or he could opt for Zonia's right away. Depends on how quick they want to accelerate this
Yeah.
game.
it looks like there's still that 15 CS deficit down bot. It's not really gotten any bigger. I wonder if that's just from like one bad back or,
Yeah, or
one bad trade.
We
and
did see that big trade,
stabilized.
and then
Right.
maybe they had to play a little bit safe. But then
Right.
Aphelios did burn both sums, and they look like they're about to come back up. So not returning to punish those sums on Aphelios pre-6 on Karma is kind of a questionable play here.
Sure.
But if they're just looking to scale with Cog, I don't know if that's the correct play with team comps. With so much CC, with Ornn set, with an Orianna following up, if you get an Ornn R onto the Kog'Maw and Ori's able to
Right.
get that ball in there, it seems pretty hard for him to be able to just stand and spray like he wants to do.
Yep. Surprised there's only been 1 kill.
Yeah, I was expecting
It's
a really
little
bloody
slower,
game.
yeah. Especially from THE's side. I was expecting them to like try to go for more kills, and the only kill that was really gotten was just because of a ward.
Yeah,
You know, it
and
wasn't even.
Caught doing Dragon Soul.
Yeah, nothing crazy that was forced. I mean, they just picked it up from Vision. So
See Aphelios just going in with that red
with
gun.
that thing.
I was gonna say Chakram, but Chakram's white.
Yeah,
and
there's
he's
the
just having
flamethrower.
great.
Oh, and
he's
he
going for the
ults.
alt, and
Lulu has
ult
to ult. Goodness gracious.
comes in to counter it. But yeah, that Infernum ult
Infernum,
does
yes.
so much damage that
Right.
Lulu has to R there because it's not very clear how much damage it does.
You
either.
just
That's
don't.
the thing. Like,
Well,
you
and
don't
I
want to
believe
risk
it does more damage the more targets it hits because it compounds on each other, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
so it like explodes. And,
exactly. Yeah.
And on release, I remember him one-shotting whole teams
Yes,
with that. But
that's
it's been
crazy.
toned down. But
He
like
still
I said,
kind of does it.
Yeah, the damage
Yeah.
is kind of misleading. It's difficult to tell how much you're going to take. So Lulu burning the R there is probably for the better.
Yep.
Be safe, don't die, and
So there's not a lot of wards on the map either. Red's got 1 pink ward on blue side, blue buff, and that looks about it. I mean, there's 2. Yeah, that's about it. So
and we see PTC. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Party of the Challenger getting the dragon, getting the 2, and we saw Fire Nation really use that as their main win con, and
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
PTC is using that, taking a page out of their book and putting it into the repertoire because they get to steal from Hecarim trying to solo it, and they finish it off. Nice leash from Soul Mason. And is he going to find the Aphelios? Oh, he just misses him.
not that he was probably gonna get the kill there, but
No, but he stops the
Could've
back, maybe gets some tower pressure
looks like
on
they're
here.
gonna take a lot of plates down in the bottom.
Yep, and they actually have the Rift Herald, which was taken off screen here. So they are looking to get this first tower and
Oh, I
get
didn't
this
even
Kog'Maw
notice that,
moving.
yeah.
But
Okay.
Soul Mason is tanking
Just
the
ults
tower,
out.
gets the flash from set.
Kog'Maw is hurting a little bit.
Yeah, Kog'Maw, when he gets every item spike, he has a little bit of time where he feels really good. And
Oh,
then it's
yeah, and
kind
then
of
it
like a
lulls.
little
Yeah,
lull.
yep.
But we see Ornn here almost solo killing Kennen, which is just a
Feels Ornn, man.
yeah, that champion is very strong. Like we kind of talked about Leona week after week, how
Yeah.
great of a champion in a setting
Yeah.
like this. Ornn is the same thing because he provides damage,
Yep.
he provides tank, he gives your team free gold, he is an initiator, he can peel, he does it all.
So
I love Ornn.
Can we see gold values? That'd be awesome.
Oh, we do see a
So-
little bit of trade. Polymorph probably saving Kog'Maw. Now Kog'Maw can free fire
Yeah.
with that. Oh, and
Oh!
Kennen comes in on the TP. He's flashing. He's stunned both Aphelios and
Well
Karma,
played. But Aphelios kills Lulu and Kog'Maw.
yeah, I think Aphelios turned
Oh
around
my
and pressed
gosh.
R with his Infernum and popped both Kog'Maw and Lulu, which is
Yeah.
absolutely crazy.
Just
We
absolutely crazy.
we see Lulu with Wild Growth and Heal still up, so maybe just kind of
Oh
what we
wow.
said before,
Jitters
misjudging
maybe, or
just
misjudging the damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Aphelios R, when there's 2 champions, like we said, it kind of multiplies on each other
Yep.
with that Infernum. So maybe just being a lot more damage
Crazy.
than they expected. And the TP from Herondale, he had the first TP, but the counter TP was just as good. And Ori made it down there too.
Yeah.
So
Did you even see the Kennen TP?
No, it was.
I didn't
it was
either. We looked over to gold. We're like looking down at the gold values, and all of a sudden,
Kennen
there's a
comes
Kennen in the
flying
lane.
Yeah, but we see Ori opting to TP and Echo opting not to. So really playing towards that lane. Echo catching up in CS. Orianna is that ranged control mage, so she farms pretty easy. She's got really good auto attack. She does miss the caddy there, so that's always something you don't like to see. And we see Echo with his lens sweeper,
Right.
so he can clear these wards. They are really trying to track Echo, so he isn't able to get out on the roam. And
Okay,
Ornn's
now
coming in.
now the damage is there.
Yeah, and they might just
cow.
actually.
Oh wait, they have to back off. Oh my gosh.
Ornn is just coming in,
The
and
shields are
these
crazy.
shields.
Looks like we're the.
Oh, but it's so close.
All right, so he's gonna go Bork into Gwynzoo's
Yep.
into Hurricane, and
Yep.
that's core.
And
like
that's
after
where
that,
you
you build
really,
full tank.
Yeah, that's where you really feel good. But once you hit that blade, like you saw there, he does do a lot of damage, especially to the Ornn,
absolutely.
who doesn't have a completed item yet. He is doing that percent max health magic damage, and it really does chunk out the Ornn, especially if he's able to free fire. Lulu was able to slow him, and then Kog'Maw could just kind of hit him. But once they went under the tower, Ornn presses R, and then it's like, you got to look out, because that Ram's
Especially
coming
after
through.
taking 3 tower shots.
Yeah, and he does, like we said, Felios does a lot of damage compared to what it seems like it should do. Ornn's R and Brittle Proc do the same thing. Where
I
he will
think
do
I
a
think
ton.
legit Camel probably could have killed her if he didn't run out of W
Yep.
active.
He
but
ran out of W and then had
It's
to go
funny how
into
the damage
tower.
like is like whoa whoa whoa, and then
Yep.
it just falls right off, and you're like, oh, I'm under the tower taking turret hits.
Yeah. Well, and it felt so good when you were going in there, and then you lose the attack range, and you
Yeah.
have to keep diving. And then you got to remember Ornn, he dashes, hits the tower, knocks you up, and then you're sure dead.
Yeah.
And if you lose that there when they are on like the 1v2 side of
Yep.
the lane swap, it is just detrimental, and it would probably just
Right. So we haven't talked about mid lane much. They're basically even in CS. You know, Mega Man's got 1 kill and 1 assist, and
from the TP that he made
yep,
to
from the
Valiant.
TP, and Wiz only has. I mean, he's got nothing right now,
Yeah.
but he's got Proto Belt. I mean, he's in a good spot.
Yep, and we kind of talked about the mid game as where Echo really turns on. Early
Yes.
game, he does a decent amount of damage, but mid game, when he can get to that point where he can one tap this Aphelios, who's 3-0, if he can get a good flank
Yep.
with Kennen and they CC him and just pop him, he's out of the fight, then I think THE would win the team fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So look for Echo on the flank. He does have TP advantage here over the Orianna, so he's able to get into the side lane. So the 4-man of THE can contest.
Wait, is this guy
but
dead?
Mega
He's
Man
just-
Zero is just.
Wait, is he gonna
smacking
ult
Owen.
him? Oh my
And
gosh!
Lulu gets in range.
What is that?
Lulu gets in range for the heal.
Legit Camel
and she
played
did
that-
not even. Oh, but we see a
my
Mr. 200
gosh.
years.
200 years just walks
And
up.
walks up and pops
Okay.
them from
Oh
farther
my
attack
gosh.
range than Kog'Maw. But Kog'Maw turning that on the Orianna is huge.
Can we just ban this champion from the circuit so people don't have to waste a ban on
I
it?
think
That
Deadpool is the only AD carry who
He's
plays
the only AD carry who plays it,
So,
from my knowledge.
it. It's a very scary champion. Maybe
It's
ban
a
it.
yeah. It might be like a certain player Swain. Just get it out.
Yeah, and we see there he just
Ugh.
pressed R, but we see Wiz coming in here looking to make a play. He
Okay.
gets the pickup. He gets
Ults right away.
set R,
Yep.
and then
Ults right away.
and he actually dodges the
Oh.
Ornn E with the E. Oh, but he's getting Ornn Horn. But see some happy feet.
Oh,
but
the
he
slow
gets
was
taken
just too
down.
much. They're
yeah.
gonna pick up the Rift Arrow right after this too.
If you get hit by the Ornn Horn coming in, it's so hard to dodge it coming out
Right.
with the knockout with this slow.
Right.
We haven't seen Hecarim in any of these fights, so he's coming in. He's kind of been out of the game since that early Drake solo, and he just runs in, gets
Here's
CC'd.
all right.
And,
Here's Cog.
Yep,
Man,
Cog's-
Cog is doing damage.
yep, and
Goodness
he's
gracious.
back, and he has Lulu with him, and these are some low health. If Legit Camel is able to pick up these kills here, this would be
we
huge
just
for the
see-
game.
you want-
but,
oh,
and
no,
now he's
Orianna's
soloed
collapsing.
off. So
He
we see-
stood around a little too long.
Yeah, he really wanted to get in there to pick up those kills, but
Yeah.
he just wasn't sure.
And I feel that too, because you know you're looking at those 3 targets, and then you start to forget
Yep.
like where everyone is. It just happens.
And
you know?
Orianna just gets mid-prio, moves up through the river, and kind of just separates the Lulu from the Cog. And then
Right.
at that point, Cog's dead. He doesn't burn summoners. He just kind of goes down.
One thing that helped me kind of with that a little bit is most League players have a mouse with side buttons on it, you know?
Yep.
I bind jungle to mouse 5. And so you just click it and you'll instantly know
Where
your
jungler is.
jungler is. Yeah, that
Oh,
helps a
that's
lot.
good. That's
yeah.
a good tip.
That's
I'm
some
a-
advice for someone out there.
I'm a lock screen Andy, so I just look at
Yeah.
my singed and
Yeah.
I just see the poison. It's awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, in something like that, Cog's really looking to kind of pick up some kills to really help this game go
Yeah.
in their favor. 'cause
Yeah,
they're
he's just
kinda-
trying to turn it. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
makes
falling
sense.
behind. Aphelios is super fed, 503. He went for the IE first,
Yep.
and that might be why we were seeing those huge numbers come out from the R. And we see Ori
Hits
use
the
a
ult.
shockwave
Hecarim
here
has to
on
ult out.
just Hecarim. He's ulting the wrong way, so Hecarim's really their engage tool besides Kennen. He's their front line, so him ulting out kind of puts a timer on until THE can initiate the next fight.
Right.
And they really have to look for some picks here. The shutdown on Aphelios is pretty big. Ornn 202 has got 150.
And here we go. Herondale forcing this
Yep,
right here.
forcing it, and we see
Pop
Aphelios get
skip.
popped like we
And
kinda
it went
said.
to the Kog'Maw.
And Kog'Maw gets
Huge
the
Kog'Maw
huge
shutdown.
shutdown. And like we said, if Aphelios goes down with him having all their kills, their damage
They're
really
going
goes
straight
down.
for Baron.
So
They're going to
yep.
go straight for Baron, I
And
think,
they
or
have-
baiting it.
They have the blade on the
Cog, yeah, he's going
the
to melt
Cog
this.
with Lulu, and
They're 5 strong.
yeah.
Yeah, PTC can't challenge this.
nope, their 5-kill Aphelios is gray screen. So
Yeah, and honestly, it was
Ornn's
9 to
coming
3.
in on the teleport though, so
wait.
they are looking to fight this.
Set wants to do something.
Set wants to go in. Echo coming in right on the Orianna, really chunking her out. We see why Echo is so
Wow.
valuable. He can just go back and Kog'Maw's the only
just
one who
gonna
gets hit with the
blow
knockup,
this Ornn up.
which is huge. That's the one thing that can't happen. The Cog cannot die in the Juggernaut time. So
Okay.
you see Set ulting the Kennen out, so he's unable to get into the team fight, but they're just kiting him.
Legit Camel is on
Yeah,
a
he
killing
is.
spree.
Oh, but the ball comes in.
This Orianna.
Yeah, Orianna's low-key
I
getting
felt
super
that.
fed, and Karma comes in and just picks up the Kennen with a Q. And now Ornn is just going to run down the horse. And now
Do you think
Aphelios,
they're going to do this? They're gonna
Aphelios
start
does
this.
Baron so fast,
The-
especially with the red and the white gun. He can just chunk it. And if he Qs this Hecarim, he probably kills him.
I think they're like half baiting. It doesn't seem like they're fully committing on burning this.
Will Hecarim have R for the steal attempt?
I
That's
don't
the
think
question.
so. He's just going to give it. I think he's giving it. Maybe he's not giving it.
Oh, but
This guy
Ornn's
is
playing-
like Smithy.
He is
like
Echo's
Smithy.
coming in
Oh,
on
there's
the
a
TP,
TP.
so we are going to have some...
Oh!
He's going for the steal.
Oh!
Oh, and it's...
Wow, it went down to like 36 HP.
Yes,
There could have been a world
Set
where that
wasn't
actually
there.
happened.
Set was not
Oh.
there, so that would have been... It went down to 91 HP after the tick down.
Yeah, he has
so-
Lichbane too. I mean, that could have
Yeah, that
actually
could have.
happened.
That
Oh
was
my
close.
gosh.
Maybe he didn't have vision, so he just has
Wait,
to go
they're
blind.
catching Mega Man
Yeah.
here. That's a great...
But he turns
pick.
around
Oh
onto
my gosh.
Hecarim and actually trades 1-for-1, which is huge.
Now we need to look. We need to look here because both the primary damage dealers on this team, on THE, is getting these shutdowns.
Yeah, they're getting
Can
a lot
we-
of gold.
Spectator, can we see gold? Look at this.
So
Aphelios is still up almost 1,500K. Wow, actually,
yeah,
they're actually
all the kills are going on to the carries of
THE, which is where they need them.
Yeah, so Ori's getting super strong, Aphelios is getting strong, and the rest of them are kind of just
But they have 4 dragons now.
yeah, they just picked up the Infernal Soul after picking up the Baron. So maybe if Echo would have teleported for the dragon and they would have just denied the soul.
Yeah.
They go for the coin flip on the Baron. It wasn't the best play, but what can you really do at this point? They're just trying to make
it's
plays.
easy to say it when you're out of game
yeah,
looking
yeah.
over.
But
you
when it's
know?
happening, you know they're there. You know they have no jungler.
Right.
It's enticing to go in for
Yeah.
the steal, and he was super close. If he steals that Baron, maybe they are able to posture around that
Sure.
dragon much
Yeah,
easier.
absolutely.
So,
Team comms in game. I mean, figuring out who your shot caller is and
Is
then
big.
like just shutting the hell up. Like you just gotta let your shot caller make the play, and just even if you don't agree with it, just try to play.
everyone
Try
on
to
the
do
team.
the bad play, but as a team, and
Yeah.
maybe it'll work. It's better than.
And you can always talk after, like, hey, we maybe
Exactly.
should have did this, but at the time, like you said, it's not that clear. You got
Exactly.
split second. Am I teleporting to Baron? If I don't teleport this instant, it's
Right,
gone.
yeah.
So he goes for the 50-50. He gets really close, and I just don't see a world where Aphelios dies again. Unless the Kennen gets a
Yeah.
nice flank with flash, but his flash timer is going to be the same flash timer as Aphelios.
So if Kog'Maw free fires and doesn't get CC'd, he will kill this front line, no problem.
True, and we
Look
see
at this
Duran
Orange,
down
just
here.
ignoring the Kennen. He's like, it's a rat, I don't care.
Yeah, we see Kennen looking for the flank. We kind of
Crazy.
talked about if he gets on the back line and can pop the Aphelios, that's kind of their one avenue into winning.
Yep.
Him and Echo have to go on an assassin mission here, and we see them playing just super safe when Echo comes in with E.
See, and this
taking their
is
time.
this is where we said in Champs Club, when they're grouped as 5 like this,
There's not much.
this
you
is
can
not
do.
where you want to be as THE.
And we see Seth doing some push-ups, getting a little swole here. And yeah, unless Kennen can get a nice flank, and we do see very good wards on both entrances for the mid lane. We see the pinks on Wraith Pit and an entrance
Oh,
there,
okay,
but
Solo Mason
Hecarim
going
gets
in.
He gets onto Aphelios, and so does Echo, but
Oh,
we see
they
all
use the
of
ult defensively.
Yeah, we see all the peel going on Aphelios. They know that if they just keep him alive, they cannot lose. So we see Ornn going
What
in.
is that damage? Goodness
Without the
gracious.
rest of his team, and
It was a
face
2 for
taken.
1.
Yeah,
2
Ornn,
for 1.
Ornn face
I think
take
Ornn
the
got
cog.
caught out, actually.
He went in and everyone else
Okay,
peeled, so
all
maybe
right,
a little
yeah.
miscommunication, but we're
Sure.
going to see Aphelios really just burn through this inhibitor here. He's got the chakrams there. That's really the money gun in team fights. You get a Heimerdinger turret, because why not?
Yep.
And just crap
Champion
ton of
isn't,
damage. So
Champion isn't overloaded enough. Let's
Oh,
give him a Heimerdinger turn.
yeah, and with Infernal Soul,
Yeah.
proccing that with the turret from safe range. So
Yeah, crazy.
the only win con I can see for the Ham Elites here is Baron, or not Baron, Elder Dragon. If
Yeah.
it gets to that time and they can get a
Yeah.
50-50, and
I mean, Cog's working on Hurricane. I see the Cloak of Agility there, so he's working on it. I mean, if he can hit it,
yeah, there's always a chance. In a
Lulu
world
went
where
Ardent.
Lulu Cog can 1v9.
Yeah, legitimately, like it's actually unfair.
Yeah, so
But it takes time. Unlike Aphelios, who just needs two
yeah,
items.
2 items and he's a beast.
Yeah, and he's just an absolute saint. Yeah.
So if the Ham Elites are able to stall us out, they do have 1 inhibitor still up.
Yep.
Stall it out, take a team fight at Elder Dragon with that 3
Yep.
item spike on Kog'Maw, and we might see
Now here's
a
the
little bit
thing.
closer.
Now Kog'Maw is soaking solo XP and solo gold. He's getting free safe farm.
Yep.
You know, like at some point you're like, you know, do you want to take an inhibitor at 20 minutes or
Yeah.
25
If
minutes
you're
against
not
these
able
guys?
to,
If
yeah,
you can't do any
end.
objectives,
Yep.
right? Because I mean, let's see, we have Elder coming up in 1:30 and Baron's up in about a minute. But that's going to be like probably 2-3 waves for Kog'Maw.
Yep.
I mean,
and you can stall, like you can give this tier 2 up. They should have in mind, we can't win 5v5s right now. We
Right.
have to fight at the Elder Dragon.
yeah, we have to fight at an objective.
So as long as we keep an inhibitor up, we don't have double supers coming into our base, we're pretty fine. Cog can clear these waves. We see Kennen getting farm here. He actually went on the Leandri second, so he doesn't have this hourglass. So
Right.
that's going to be a huge thing to watch in these team fights.
You know what's crazy is if PTC actually doesn't have anything to go straight on to Kog'Maw.
No.
But
Well, and we saw the shockwave being used defensively to peel
right,
for
yeah,
the
that's the
Aphelios,
thing.
so-
It's like I almost kind of feel like maybe the problem is the range of Aphelios. Like you almost need PTC almost THE almost needs PTC to come into them
Yep.
because like Kog'Maw's just gonna kill the front line.
Yeah, kill the Ornn, and then after that, it's.
But I kind of feel like that would be a misplay for Party to Challenger to even do that, and so they're not gonna make that type of mistake. I don't think.
Yeah, and we see Ornn's build here. He went Sunfire, Gargoyles, Redemption. So he is really low on MR. And when you're
Yep.
into a Kennen, Echo, Cog does majority magic damage, especially
Yeah.
at this point in the game. So that's
Okay,
an
they're
interesting
starting Baron.
interesting build. Baron going down here, and like we kind of said, if Aphelios has red or white guns on Baron, it just melts. So
I'm calling the steal right now. I actually just feel it in my bones.
I don't even
Yeah.
know if the steal's worth it here,
Look at
because we
this.
have Elder Dragon coming up in 10
True,
seconds. So
true.
They might just say, go ahead and go for it.
They should just probably
should-
get priority
yeah,
over
just
it right now, but they want to
posture
fight
it.
for it. They want to fight for it.
And yeah, and if they think
Where's
they can get a
Kog'Maw?
good
He's on
kill
the bottom here.
fight here,
Oh,
Echo
wow, they
TP
push him
again.
off.
They push him off. So Cog does not have the
Echo's going in.
Echo goes in.
She's gonna be CC to death. Okay,
Pops his
Cog
R,
is just,
gets out, but Kennen gets stopped by the set. Set ults him out, but Cog
Okay.
is just free firing here, and they are actually
oh my gosh, save this guy.
kind of winning
oh,
this
he
fight.
uses
And
QSS
Echo gets
early.
the stun here on set.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we see Aphelios press
just
R.
ripping,
He
ripping people.
misses his flash here,
Wow, they're
but
pretty low though. Goodness gracious. Only Oriana's above 40% health.
What a wild team fight, though. We had set ulted
If Cog-
cannon off the side. We had Ornn going in head first, and it was kind of like a
They're
fight
gonna
on all
they're gonna
fronts.
go for Baron here.
They're gonna go for the Elder Dragon.
I think Cog should come down here with.
If he makes it there, they might not
Oh,
know
their
that.
base,
They
though.
don't know about this, and Cog does pick up the Runins, but I think if this Elder goes down, it's pretty much game
One
over.
thing that I like the look that Legit Camo had. He gave up trying to kill the Ornn and started going for the squishier targets,
Yeah,
but it
just
let
ignore
Ornn
him.
ult.
Yeah.
He got to finish his ult, and that's like a decision you just have to make right there.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if it was the wrong decision to like not kill the Ornn, but the Ornn did get to finish his ult because
Yep.
Cog didn't finish him off
Yeah,
there.
maybe if he finishes them there, they can fight a little bit differently, and they don't have the ability to
Let's
go
see
to
the
Elder,
sums. So Aphelios has heal.
Flash is
Karma
big.
has both sums.
The key is, Kennen has Flash, Aphelios doesn't have Flash.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing.
that is
But
true.
he has an Elder Dragon, and I think if he presses R on their whole team with flamethrowers, they might all just pop.
Just die. All right, so Kog'Maw now has finished core, and straight up, I don't know. I guess I hate this. Like, it's so frustrating because I feel like Kog'Maw should be stronger than most other ADCs right now, but
Aphelios has 4 items.
He has
Yeah.
GA over him.
Which is huge. I mean, Aphelios with the GA kind of nullifies the fact that he doesn't have Flash. He could get Kennen ulted, get popped, and come back and then just
Right, here we go.
rain on everyone. So
Here we go.
we see the
I can't
turret
tell.
going out over. He roots the Hecarim actually, so Hecarim's gonna have to go in for a hero
He's
steal
gonna,
here.
yeah, he's gonna ult in. They're
Yep.
ready for it. Oh, look at that. They
You gotta send it, and he goes in.
And he goes in?
and
Did he get it? He got it! Oh my
He got
gosh!
the steal.
He's Smithy.
But
Oh
Mega
my
Man
gosh.
Zero gets a double kill on Kog'Maw. He just pressed R on Cog over the wall and
just-
one-shot him.
Oh, I think that's probably going to be game regardless, but
Yeah,
it just shows Solo Mason's caliber of like he can take those clutch.
Yeah, the 50-50 there. Why? I don't even
It's
know
not-
why you're
it's
even
not.
taking it.
Versus him, it's a 60-40.
Okay, yeah, man.
It's a 60-40,
But
man.
they have Elder Dragon. They could have just ran
Right.
it down mid
Yeah.
and probably just ended. But
True.
you know,
They're just
they
going
take
for the safe play.
50-50. They
Here
take the
comes-
safe play or misses pressing R back.
Yeah.
Kennen goes in with literally 12 health and presses Hourglass that he got in
Yep.
30 minutes. And we see Elder Dragon just breathing on everyone and just that's going to be the game here. So 31 minutes. Cog's actually up and he gets absolutely
Yeah.
one shot by just
You can't let this Aphelios
an
get
auto
through.
and a Q from Ori. So,
Yeah.
we saw the Aphelios just get really out of hand.
Yep.
And then in turn with Orianna getting the Infernal Soul, that's what? Bonus 12% damage on a 4-item Aphelios with a fed
Yeah.
Orianna. There's no
Yeah.
real answers to that.
Exactly.
And the team comp needed THE to be in the driver's seat in the early
Yes.
game.
Yep.
They got the successful gank bot with the Hecarim. They burned both sums, and then they never return ganked. Maybe that would have been a thing to get the cog a little bit accelerated and stay
Right.
above the curve of Aphelios. Because once Aphelios hits that 3, 4, 5 items, he is Nexus turret when he's auto
sure.
you. So
All right, well, we're going to go to our 10-minute break for the teams. Let them take a break. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
perfect. See you in a bit. All right, welcome back. We just took our short break, and we have a new caster. Want to introduce Simeon.
Nice to meet you, and
So,
thanks for having me here.
uh, Simeon was just watching the game one. He's stepping in. He's taking Aaron out. Aaron's voice is hurting him a little bit. He's used to talking a lot, but he's taking this one off. So we were just kind of bouncing some ideas about that first game. We talked about THE's team comp. A little confusion on the correlation. The bot lane, you kind of had a Juggernaut, and then the top side of the map was really kind of a pick with Ken in team fight. Maybe if we would have saw a Shen, as Twitch chat was saying, a little bit protection. Usually with a Kog'Maw comp, you want to play protect the Kog'Maw. So with an Ori mid who can shield, kind of do what Mega Man Zero was doing for Aphelios on the other
Right.
side. And maybe Cog is just outclassed now in those Juggernaut comps. You kind of see Aphelios was played in the same way. Kog'Maw definitely has that very high ceiling at 3-4 items, but Aphelios kind of does that, but at 2 items.
Right.
So I know he's not really in the champ pool, and he's not a champion you can just kind of fill in. But with PTC playing it, I definitely expected to see the bans. And another ban I really expect after that first game is Ornn. When you have a sub coming in and they can just kind of be on Ornn duty,
Well-
it really makes it not a factor.
Yeah, even with that, I think PTC had a better, like you said, had a better team comp. They knew what they were doing. Um, the Orianna, the Ornn, all of that just kind of mixed in together with each other. THE, seeing the Hecarim being played, I was amazed because I'm a Hecarim main in the jungle.
There we go.
I was hoping for a little bit more pressure, a little bit more aggression, especially if he was carrying the Ignite.
Yep.
Gosh, that would have changed the game a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more even, but there was no pressure. The early game, the mid game, they kind of let PTC kind of roll.
Yep.
They let PTC play their game. So when you do that, that team's just, you saw it. The scaling champs are just going to outscale you no
Yeah.
matter what.
Even with the Kog'Maw, when you let Aphelios, Orianna, Ornn, it kind of got to the point where the 5v5 was just so one-sided. They kind of
Right.
needed a miracle. So maybe if THE is looking for that Juggernaut or really 80 carry focused play
Right.
style, maybe pick a little bit more defensive, or play offensively and get that lead in the bot lane. If they want to let Aphelios through and they play something aggressive like the Caitlyn, like a long range 80 carry,
Something longer.
and just push
Yeah.
their leads like they did so well in week one.
Mhm.
Probably that's a different way of play style. Just really having their team comp have straight synergy.
Correct.
They were kind of anti-synergy with each other.
Yep.
We even saw the Hecarim knock the Orianna out of the Echo stun
Yep.
in the early game, which could have been a kill. And if those things go through, who knows how things play out. So, Calvin, do we know what team side each team is? So it looks like we're going to have THE on the blue side and PTC on the red
Red
side.
side.
So we kind of talked about mid lane having counter pick is very big. PTC didn't ban Wiz Kaisa's champions until the second round of bans. So we saw the Casio and the Zed in the second round. Maybe if THE prioritizes that a little bit more, get him on one of his really strong champions and look to affect the game, because that game kind of just broke open slowly. So if they can get the mid lane strong, I always like to think of mid lane being like the center where it affects the
Right.
map. If your mid lane is on a comfort strong pick, like we saw Orianna, she was able to make that roam to the dragon when Hecarim was soloing it.
Yep.
Stop that. If you have mid prio, you have map prio. So
Yep.
look for some mid picks either getting banned out or being a little bit higher. You always want to counter pick, but if you end up getting all your strong champions banned out, counter pick isn't going to be
Counterpick's
doing you a
not
whole
gonna do
lot. So,
much. So-
Casio, Zed, those are kind of Wiz's two main champions. And the bans in the first game, I looked at all the teams op.gg's, and some of
Yeah,
them didn't
it
make a
wasn't
whole
too
lot
bad.
of sense. So we saw the Aphelios main and the
There's the
and a
Aphelios
sub. So
ban
Aphelios first
So
ban.
learning from
Yep.
the last game.
That's
so it's
that's
pretty
a
strong.
good. We don't have to see the 200 years in back-to-back games where he's just 1v9, but interesting to see what PTC changed in their bans, if anything, because
Yep.
they had such a smooth sailing win. So
Yep.
another thing, Herondale and the Kennen, Kennen,
Gosh, that Ornn.
yeah, Kennen really just didn't do a whole lot. Kennen obviously has the game-changing ultimates where he can come in and just CC whole teams and do a
Yep.
real lot of damage, but he never got that CS lead and never got the flanks. So
Well, the thing is, he pushed a lot, so
Yep.
that he should have been able to at least roam mid or at least early back and then come to a different
yeah,
lane,
so,
right?
so he
But
could have took
he
the
couldn't
cheater
do too
recalls,
much.
and then Ornn is just kind of takes
There.
it. Even if he falls behind, he fell behind 20 CS, but
Yep.
he really does provide that. So we see
Ornn
Aphelios,
off.
Ornn, Olaf banned. So the Olaf must really be crushing in scrim.
Yep.
So Zed, Leona, Caitlyn on the PTC side. So maybe even a Cassio first pick here for THE would be the right play, just so it doesn't get picked away, because we know Wiz is a Cassio main. And so they ban the Zed. Maybe they're baiting the Cassio pick, but if you get
Just to
on
wait
comfort,
for it.
that's yeah. Another strong pick is Storyteller's
So-
Morgana. That really gives you agency, and into the support on PTC, he's a big Nautilus engage player.
Ooh.
So Morgana really nullifies that. Morgana's super strong in this kind of thing, because if
Yep.
you have someone who gets really ahead, put the black shield on him, let him
Just let him do it.
do his thing. So
Or else bait the black shield.
yeah.
And then re-engage after that if you get the chance
Yep,
to.
but that's still a 5 second where you can
Right.
kind of do what you please. So
Right.
Jin and then the karma coming
Karma
through.
pick.
So he kind of just says, my karma was super clean last game.
Yep.
Pick Morgana to counter engage, and we're just gonna kind of farm. And Jin definitely doesn't have the agency that the Aphelios does. He gets the 4 autos. They do hit hard, but it's a little bit less oppressive.
Right.
Ashe actually coming in here, so we're going to see a total 180 from the Juggernaut comp from game 1. So
Seems like, are they going? Oh, they are.
Aurelia,
They're
so
going for that hard engage just
hard
to get
engage and priority. So Wiz is Cassio Zed main, plays
Okay,
Echo, but
okay.
he's been practicing Aurelia. Aurelia is very, very
in.
hard.
Yes.
Where if you're not clean on her, you just get stomped.
Yep.
So hopefully we don't see that, and Herondale does play the Aurelia as well. So a little bit of a flex pick here. Interesting to see, because Cassio gets the ban here. So if that is mid lane, that's his pick of choice. But
You think that sets a flex pick then too, or you think it's gonna stay in the jungle?
I'm not sure. Kusta is a sub, so I didn't get to see what he
Okay.
plays, but Set is very strong in the jungle, as we saw, but also support, so we could see this Karma
Right.
flex. They kind of have a double flex here with Karma, Set, jungle, top, support for all three, actually,
The
and
Maokai
Shyvana.
ban, where's that coming from?
I think they just want to get Kusta off of tank duty and make him play something else, so
See what he does.
those are kind of the two premier tanks in the meta right now, Ornn and Maokai. But
Yeah.
Shyvana coming out, they're really banning out these AP strong champions with Cassio, Shiv. Kind of thinking Solo Mason's going to be going on it.
Right.
Shiv is actually, yeah, there's a little bit of Korean players taking her top
Right.
lane with Conqueror and then Rushing Death's
Russian Death
Dance,
Yep.
which is really interesting and cool. But
Where we go? Oh, the
Quinn.
Quinn.
So really just picking for lane dominance
Huh.
here. Quinn is an interesting pick where she is very strong if she gets ahead.
She gets ahead.
But her base stats have just been driven into the ground
Right.
because she is so oppressive when
Yep.
she's ahead.
Yep.
And Garen coming in, and so the Quinn is coming into response to the Garen. And Trundle's looking like the
So
pick here
Trundle's
for
the pick for
jungle. All AD on THE, which is always
That's
a yikes.
Yikes.
but,
Thornmail prominent right there.
Yeah, and you have Garen in the game who
Yep.
gets super tanky, does a lot of damage. Garen is pretty oppressive if he can just
Oh,
build
the
armor
Malzahar.
in one type.
I've
Malzahar
seen Mega
coming
Man
in,
play Malzahar before, and
it's
nuts.
scary.
Yeah, it's
and
very
I
scary.
imagine Aurelia does not have a good time
No, not at
into
all.
a Malzahar, because Malzahar can just press R, Set runs in, dunks him in the tower. The Aurelia play is going to have to be really clean here. Trundle can interrupt Malzahar's spell shield very
Right,
easily with the
right.
pillar. But once again, I look at these team comps and I just see THE picking a very difficult to execute draft.
I think I kind of worry about the Herondale because I didn't see a lot of roaming, right? So
Yep.
Quinn's basically the roamer when she hits 6.
Yeah, so maybe-
I'm hoping to see more roaming, maybe more 2v1s, 3v2s.
Yeah, and if he comes to the mid lane, that could be a way
Right.
for Aurelia to really get ahead.
really
If
pop
Aurelia
off.
gets ahead, she can kind of style on this game with
Mhm.
Jin, Malzahar, Karma. Those are kind of just free targets, but getting through the Garen, if he gets really tanky, is going to be a problem. And the
Really
silence,
huge.
if he
Yeah.
silences Aurelia when she's doing her thing and dashing all
Yep.
over, rework champion,
That's gonna
very
be rough.
mobile. The silence is big. I think the team comp for PTC is just very easy to execute.
Yep.
Good 5v5 and
THE is gonna have to work a little bit just to be able to pull that off. I see the Trundle pick. I play Trundle a lot too, especially in the jungle and top lane. But if you don't get that support for that guy,
yeah,
then
so
that's a run.
yeah, he's a very good jungler if you can get that mid prio. So I don't imagine Aurelia is getting very much prio in the mid lane versus Malzahar because he just puts his trying to think of what the name is, the actual
The
name. He puts his voidlings on it and it
it's gonna wreck.
yeah, so it just pushes the wave and Aurelia
Mhm.
kind of gets stuck there. So look
Yep.
for Quinn to punish that pushing lane, or maybe Quinn getting a lead and him and Trundle pairing up and going into that red side jungle and just
Mhm.
kind of looking for set. That could
Right.
be an avenue to get Quinn. If Quinn gets out of hand, he can really take this
Yeah,
game.
take the
but
game real far. Yeah.
that might be a key for
But
THE.
there's, you're looking at that PTC's comp. You got the stun from
Yeah.
Malzahar, the sets. Oh, what's that ability called?
The face breaker,
The face breaker,
yeah.
right? And you have so much CC that can control, a lot of that. So I like to see how this is gonna play out too.
Yep,
It's gonna be really interesting.
Luckily enough, Morgana, the Black Shield, if used it's very difficult to Black Shield
right.
a Malzahar. But
Right.
if Quinn is going in and he's able to get the Black Shield on it and
Mhm.
kind of prevent that, it kind of gets awkward for the Malzahar because you
Mhm.
want to ult that carry coming into you because
Right.
Quinn jumps right in, and if you press R right when she's there, she's just
It's
dead.
dead. Yeah.
But with the Black Shield, maybe not able to R that target, and team fights could once again be very
See,
broken.
That's the thing. They have, again, PTC has the team fight.
Yep.
THE
5v5.
has maybe the split comp if they can pull it right.
Yep.
If they pull it right, it could be the split comp.
They have a very strong 1-3-1 with Quinn and Aurelia on the side lanes.
Right.
But once again, if you don't get a lead and aren't able to transition into that, it's
Yeah,
very hard
that's
to
gonna be
get to
hard.
that
They have
point.
to keep that pace because the last game their pace was
Yeah, they had no pace,
No
and
pace
they
at
just
all.
kind of getting dictated by the
Yep.
other team. The interesting thing is Trundle, if Garen builds straight tank,
ooh,
he can
that's
he
gonna
can get
be-
huge. So
Yep.
that's huge. And now that QSS doesn't remove that,
Mhm.
Trundle could be that tank that they're looking for in that 1-3-1.
Wasn't this the patch though that Trundle just got nerfed with his W? It's from 30% to 20%
I
speed
think
now.
so. So
that's
Trundle was a big high elo jungle.
yes.
He was a monster. He
Yeah.
wins. He's like the king. He used to be the king of top lane because he takes your stats and then fights you. But now in top lane he's kind of irrelevant. So
Right.
he's kind of looking for home, and jungle Trundle is the place to play him. And into a if you're all AD, it's kind of your only
Yeah.
answer to a super tank.
Correct.
Because you got to
Correct.
take those stats somehow. So
Correct.
I'm interested to see if the Ham Elites can 1-3-1 this and kind of
Mhm.
play
Play to their
to their
of the
strengths
team.
is the key.
Yep.
If they're able to do that, they could win this game and go to game 3. But
Right.
once again, if it's more of a chaotic or more standard game, I feel like Party to Challenger
Yep.
is just gonna
They're
kind
gonna
of run
take
him
it.
over as a death ball and just run it down mid.
Yeah. There has
So-
to be a lot of pressure going in from THE for this one.
Yep, and I'm interested to see level 1. That's kind of dictates where the junglers are going to be playing towards. So you see the
Mhm.
pings coming out. See red side pinging in the probably for just a standard 5 points.
Right.
But the Ham Elites are kind of grouping up as 5 and going down here.
They're gonna try to get a pick off.
Yeah, they're going to try and get a pick with the Morgana Q. Ideally, you would want to try and get vision in the red side jungle with a Quinn, so she can just
Right.
push hard, and then you would have vision of the enemy jungler if he's coming up there, because we saw
So they're grouping.
Arondale push pretty extensively, and we see him go past that ward. Lots of pings coming
Yeah.
out. They definitely know that this invade's coming, so set backs.
That's probably gonna
and,
start
yeah,
red.
He just starts red, and if THE stick around here, and vertical jungling goes in, this is actually very bad for
Yes.
THE because you want to
Yes.
play on that Quinn side. You need that Quinn to get ahead.
Right.
That's kind of their win con.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. If Quinn doesn't get ahead, then you're down literally 4v5 the whole game.
Yep. So Ash and Morg are gonna have to be okay playing weak side here.
Mhm.
The jungler should be hovering over Quinn, so she can push, get this Garen behind, and then she
Right.
can get that Blade of the Ruin King or lethality if she's choosing to go
Correct.
that way. I don't think lethality is gonna be the play here because
No.
she's into Garen. If she was into a squishy top laner, maybe, but. Look to see Quinn be a little bit more effective than the Kennen in the
Yeah.
range versus melee matchup here.
See that?
And we see no real crazy.
See, that spell shield I was gonna mention, you know, for Aurelia just to get the stun off.
That I
dude,
didn't even think of that.
That's the hard matchup right there.
Yeah, because you can't get, and then that's double Q
Yep.
with it. So.
So you see Quinn trying to harass a little bit, but barely doing damage.
And she's taking these minions, but she does have the ignite, and she is gonna face tank this
Ooh,
Garen, and
yeah.
Garen could honestly just flash Q, but. Oh, this is kind of an awkward 1v1. They're going back and forth.
Yeah.
The flash and the ignite go down for Quinn, and she loses the 1v1 to the Garen. So
Yeah.
that is not a good look.
Not a good start.
Yeah, at level 1, you should be. There should be no answer really for the Quinn in the range. You see Black Shield 2 getting hit by Morgana, so she gets the Black Shield and not get stunned by that W coming out of Jhin. And Jhin is interesting pick. I've heard other teams scrimming with Jhin and. Mixed results.
Yes.
Some teams think he's very strong. Some AD carries think he's very strong. And we see
Here's
Set
the-
actually
here's
coming
the-
in, and the
Yep.
face breaker, the Vault coming out from
There
Quinn,
we
and
go.
actually a great pillar to stop the advance from
Trundle there
Set.
for the support, but Quinn might have to take an early back or
Yeah,
else,
he's no health.
because all he has to do is Q, it's done.
Yeah, I
There
was
you
gonna
go.
say.
See, I just called it. So
Oh.
that's what happens. Now Quinn's behind. It's gonna be hard for her to catch up now.
Yeah, and if Quinn doesn't stomp the lane, she becomes
No.
a roaming minion very
Yep.
quickly. So Herondale having a little bit of struggles this week in both matchups. He's picking lane dominant picks, and he winning lanes. So not being able to transition that, you see him going down 10 CS to the Garen.
Right.
The boots purchase when Garen's going to go back, and Garen's probably going to go Trinity Force
Probably
now.
Trinity Force now.
So he could have went straight tank since a lot of the tanks, and he's kind of on tank duty, but Arondale looking for the 1v1 here again. He does have the freeze here, I believe, but Set is coming in top lane, and Aurelia's
Aurelia's trying to
getting
1v1
some
the
good
Malzahar,
trades.
doing well.
Conqueror getting the one
The-
bonus Aurelia does get here is she can. Oh, and is Garen gonna go down here?
Oh,
Herondale
he
gets
got
the
it back.
2v1.
Wow.
This is a very lot of action going on. So mid lane, Aurelia can Q the Void Links
Yep.
to stack up her passive, which is pretty big.
we
We
go.
see the stun coming through, so she kind of needs to use her W to pop the spell shield. But again, the silence even from Malzahar
Yeah.
is huge. She wants to really be darting around and and we see the
Here's the
flash
flash.
Q by Morgana, and Aphelios answers with a nice flash response.
So I like to see the Trundle come back for a repeat game.
Yep,
For that
so-
one. Because he didn't do that the last time.
Nope, he burned both
You know,
summoners
both
last
summoners
game.
last time.
and
Didn't
we
even
never
see him
saw
bot
him dot again. And with the 1v1 from Quinn open, the Q lands.
Go.
Camel just throwing Qs
Yeah,
in here,
see,
and
Jhin, that burst, that fourth
if there's a fourth shot,
shot.
even
Holy
if
cow.
Morgana lands the Q,
Yep.
Ash wants to go in, but Jhin with fourth shot, you don't. It's just a lost trade because
Yep.
damage onto the Karma isn't going to be very relevant.
And
But
then Karma has the shield, like a shield, overall shield that helps with
Yep.
the extra health. So
so a mixture of that. But Quinn here, this is kind of what
look
we were
at Seth,
expecting
Seth's
here.
going for a repeat game.
Yep, and he knows there's no sums.
Yep.
But he doesn't have flash either, so getting onto the Quinn is actually
be
very
really
tough
hard.
for Set. And we see a little bit of laughing here from Quinn, even though she got killed at level 2. But we do see the straight chainmail from Garen, so he's scared. He didn't want to push his lead.
See, that's where I question his decision staying in lane. I could see the push, but after the push, he should just come back to lane.
Yeah,
he would have been just fine.
He could even have picked up another Doran or
Yeah.
something and just kind of use this. He really needs
Yeah.
Dumpster, especially with Garen not going Trinity Force. He needs to be able to push this lane advantage. And then bot lane here, very close, 5 CS lead for the Jhin. It's pushing
the-
into Jhin,
the
and we
snare.
see lots of Qs landing here from Morgana, which is awesome to see for THE. Mid lane is very heavily in favor of
see Aurelia.
THE. So that's pretty
Oh,
interesting. We
here's the
see
game.
Ignite going down. Pillar coming down. Garen has
may
no
most
flash,
likely
so
going
he's
down
probably
here.
gonna. They want to really give this kill over to
Ooh.
Quinn, but
There we go.
Garen almost just put her down.
Almost did that.
Quinn ticked 6, and if Garen would have, those minions would have died, I think Garen would have hit
would've
6,
hit.
and he would have just
Yeah.
killed her, and that would have been a tragedy.
Yeah.
If
But
Quinn
they're-
goes down there, red team does get
Dragon this round.
I don't. It's Ocean Dragon, so early Ocean Dragon is very good for Malzahar, Karma, Set, and even Garen. You know, those champions have very high health regen, and just amplifying it even more is very key. This allows Malzahar to not pick up a Doran's Ring or a second
Right.
mana item early.
Stay lane a little longer.
Yeah, he does have Biscuits, and I see he got the Dark Seal. It looks like he's going Luden, so he will have plenty of mana sustain, and getting gifted this blue buff here is very good for him. So he's just kind of going to be able to push this Aurelia in, and his goal right now is just to keep Aurelia home. If Aurelia stays mid, and he just keeps pushing, and we see the flash in.
Ooh.
Flash
There
Q
we
from
go.
Garen gets interrupted
the
very
support.
clean
This
by Quinn. The
Quinn
pillar,
gotta be careful of the
yeah.
ults from the Garen.
But Garen has no flash, and he has flash.
And he's playing around. Oh, he
he's
should have
playing it
retreated.
right.
Should have retreated back. when he
There
had-
we go, and
Yeah.
Trundle pressing R on the Garen. Garen picked up tank
Yeah.
stats. He gets shredded.
It's
And,
done.
we see the
Ashes
W
oh, and he missed the
landing.
W.
and the fourth shot comes
Oh.
in, and we see Jin just doing what Jin does best.
Yeah, I'll just burst.
And he's
Get
going
it
to
out
get
there.
another fourth
Double
shot
kill.
here, and a
There we
double
go.
kill, 2v2 double kill coming out for
Yeah.
PTC. So that's really not good. You got the Ashe Org lane. You should be just playing for
Just for their farm, and then
yeah, and kind of backing out.
backing
They're
off.
more of a utility mid lane or
Yeah.
bot lane. So using or dying in the 2v2 is really not good. They're gonna lose a whole wave, maybe a wave and a half here if this wave crashes.
Yeah, it puts the pressure on the bot lane now, so they'll Dragon Pile in the next.
Yeah,
gonna be rough.
and with PTC getting that Elder Dragon and 4 Dragons last game, you wonder if that's just going to be their win con. They're just going to sit
Right.
back, not get torn apart by this Quinn, and just let the game come to them, get Dragons, force THE to make plays that are a little bit more difficult.
Disadvantage for them. Yeah.
And Quinn is going for the lethality
For lethality?
lifesteal item. I can't think of what it is, but Callista Top used to build it, and it
Yes.
gives attack speed if there's no other enemies around. So it's going to really make the 1v1 difficult for the Garen. So it's probably going to be going that item into Blade, or got to go into some kind of armor shred, because if she's just poking this Garen,
That's not that's like she did right there. It was
no
nothing happening.
damage. So without the Trundle pressing R on Garen and shredding his armor stats, I don't think she's even going to be able to bully him that hard. Obviously, she's ranged and can, after like 10
Yeah.
shots, hopefully he loses some health.
That's
but
gonna take that's a long build up.
yeah, 10 autos is asking a lot. So
See, this is where I would expect to see the Quinn push that lane out as hard as she can, push the Garen under tower, and then transition either getting the Herald prio,
yeah.
and then
Or even just vision. If she just goes
yeah,
and drops
getting
some
the deep,
wards
the deep
into
wards would
red
really
side jungle
help. Yeah.
is very big. And a big thing for Ashe and why she's so good in organized play is with that hawk shot, we see it going through the top lane. You can kind of throw it through multiple jungle camps and track the enemy jungle very easily. We see a gank here. Trundle comes in, burns Malzahar's flash, which is a very good pillar. Solar Mason is looking much better on this
Right.
Trundle than he did on the
Hecarim.
Hecarim just
See, that's
did
the pressure
real
I
well.
wish I would have seen last game.
Yep, he's just repeat ganking on spawn. You know, he's falling a little, or he's staying even on CS by clearing, because he has a faster clear than Set. Set does bring the teamfight ultimate, but Trundle does bring the pillar is huge. It's a lot of people don't think it's that great of an
Dude,
ability, but
you put it in a sweet spot. They can't move.
they can't
get
move. They're
stuck.
slowed. You can block their escape. You can block teams off from each other. It's a very versatile ability.
Yeah.
And so kind of a lull state here. Bot lane has to play safe here for THE.
See the Malzahar coming into the bot lane.
Yep, and he's probably going to hop over. Oh, he hops
Okay.
over into Dragon Pit. He avoids so the pink ward is in the tri-bush, so if he would have walked through there, they would have known. But if he would have used that blast plant to go over, but they don't have vision of Trundle. So
Right,
if Trundle's
so-
there it's a big overextension, and they're already winning this lane. So why introduce any variables if they're already winning 2v2 straight up?
Trying to see if there's a lot of vision, but there's not a whole lot other than the bot side just doing their own thing down there.
Yeah, we see
But
the one ward in topside river, but other than that, topside is empty. And with a Quinn who's just perma pushing, you see her
Right.
going on the roam here. So Dragon's coming up in 15 seconds.
Mhm.
She's making her way down, and this is kind of what we wanted to
Yep.
see earlier.
She shows herself in mid. That's what I'm looking at. So
Yeah, so she goes right through mid, and she's just going to let him know. So Garen could just push this wave in here and just TP down, or
Yeah.
just, you know, if nothing's really happening, he can just smack that turret.
the turret for her.
So he is actually recalling with the minion wave even. Now he's TPing
So
instead
we're
of
going
just
for the
TPing.
dragon.
Yep, they're
Okay.
going for the dragon, but Set comes in, a big face
Big
breaker,
face breaker. Holy
and
cow.
we see everyone
And
just
that's-
dying.
Yep.
The Malzahar E killing everyone. Legit Camel 50-50s it with the
Still couldn't get the dragon.
and he doesn't get it, and he's just running.
This could
And
be a
this
5-man dive.
yeah, Garen's
Yeah.
very tanky. Remember, he didn't build.
Yeah.
He just gets put
And
down.
this goes
so.
back to my point of the team composition, right?
Yeah.
Where they just, I don't know, I heard that the THE built their team in a couple weeks, so I could see that, but even with that, at least some sort of communication or some sort of just team play would have been great to see there.
Yeah.
You know?
And it was just kind of disjointed where
Yeah.
the face breaker, the flash Eve I set came in and just grabbed everyone, and then they were all pretty much dead.
Right.
With the Malzahar damage over time going on them, they just dropped one by one, and then the dragon was like 170 health, and
yeah.
Ash is just trying to take it,
Ah.
and it dies actually to the Malzahar damage over time. So the Quinn here picks up the
Sanguine Blade.
Sanguine Blade, that's what it
for.
was.
Yeah.
So he picks up that. It's usually a huge power spike, but it's into a Sunfire Ninja Tabby 3-kill Garen.
Already tanky.
Yeah, he's
like,
tanky
That's gonna
and-
be hard to get through again.
Yeah, when you build lethality, you hope to build it into a squishy member, so you can
Right.
kind of do almost true damage. But when you build it into a tank, it's not very effective.
Which is supposed to be, but not.
Yeah, but it will be effective if the Garen or the Trundle comes in and presses R, and we see that
Too
here.
late,
So
though.
yeah, so Set's actually here for the counter gank. They might be able to pressure this tower.
Get one more plate down.
Yeah, get a plate before 14 minutes, and
Oh,
we see the.
there we go.
Yep, the Rift Herald.
First
So they're
tower
actually going to
coming
get
out.
first tower and 2 plates before 14 minutes. Should go down here, as long as they don't run out of this or
Yeah.
local tower
Local
range. But so they get that, and this Quinn is online, but this is why Quinn is kind of. Oh, and the smite steal by Soul Mace,
Yeah.
and the call out by Aaron earlier saying that he doesn't miss smites comes true. But so Quinn is so unique because she's very good in almost all stages of the game thematically, but her numbers are just not very strong
Right.
because of that.
She's
Because
a difficult champion to
and
play.
Aurelia going in
Oh,
and
right
Malzahar
under tower,
just
perfect
presses
timing.
R,
Holy cow.
and that's why that counter pick in mid lane is so big.
Right.
We see it being used to effectiveness here by Mega Man Zero, and not so much last game where Echo was the counter pick into Orianna, and they just kind of played ping pong and bounced
Correct.
farm, and Orianna was happy to scale with the Echo.
Yep.
So we see Aurelia kind of getting excited there, maybe feeling the game is like last game, looking just for plays.
Oh, look at that burst.
Yeah.
Made a flash.
Oh.
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 See, another double kill.
Yeah,
That's-
another double kill bot. That's just tough. And we're seeing these binding glad. Oh, and the
Oh.
TP comes in from Aurelia.
Okay.
She comes in, lands the R, running back.
There we
Shutdown
go.
goes over to Trundle, which really would have been nice to get into
For
the
the
Aurelia,
Aurelia.
so she could be a presence in that side lane. But
Yeah.
in the bot lane, we see these Morgana Qs landing, but the shielding from
There's
Karma
just-
and the trade backs,
Yeah.
there's a lot of burst on the. You see that Infinity Edge to Essence Reaver, and you can kind of feel that
Yeah.
and see the damage difference in those items. Whereas the Infinity Edge is just amplifying those crits and just making Jin just
Yes.
chunk. And
Just
the
chuck anything out.
yeah, and the shield from Karma is really nullifying a lot of the damage from the Ashe. So it's these trades look like they should be going in favor of THE, but the damage is just coming out from PTC.
Yeah.
And we see a little BM in the mid lane.
And that's why playing with a good Carmel, man. Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
That's a rough game.
It's great when it's on your team because
Right?
she shields you, she boosts you up. You kind of feel
Yep.
like you're like
You're like invincible.
yeah, you're
through
like
the whole
a
thing.
Superman. You can kind of go in and trade when usually you aren't able to because of the speed boost, and then she also provides so much lane presence with her Q
Yep.
and root. Like that, the champion is very good and very versatile. And like you said, you can see it in mid lane, top lane. It's playable everywhere.
playable
So it's a
everywhere.
flex pick if the players are comfortable on it.
Right. You know, I think the one thing I may be a little too critical on this. Maybe asking
Oh,
too
and
much.
Asher
Ooh,
comes
Asher
along.
fixes. But it's like seeing more the supports roam a little bit more.
Yep.
You know, even the Morgana with the snare. You know, you can see her early be pre-6 at least get the snare off somewhere other
Yep.
than putting some more pressure mid or in the enemy jungle.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't see a whole lot of that. I see a lot more just people staying in their lane, which is fine. But just to bring up that game to the next level, just to see that team play come up would be
Yeah,
great
you
to see.
you like to see some agency and some team play. So I always talk about last week we were talking about support jungle teaming up and just going in and getting
right,
vision.
Right.
If they go into bot side, and that's kind of how Dragon Control starts. Is if you bring the jungler down and the AD carry safe to farm, you can go and get those real deep wards, and then you know what's
And
coming.
you have control.
Yep,
right?
you have control.
Oh,
you
yeah,
kind of have
man.
a little bit more knowledge,
You're gonna
especially
force
with an
this
ignite
fight.
on your top lane. So fight coming in here. Really look for Quinn.
Trundle's trying to go for the Trundle gets the steal. That's amazing. So you got the drunk, you got the dragon. That's awesome.
Yeah, Solo Mason steals the Baron
But-
last game, and they are getting ran over in this fight so far. We
Not
see
too bad.
Morgana.
Morgana,
ults,
nice ult.
and
You know, the
still-
Ash comes in.
Trundle is an absolute
Ash is-
beast. They are
Yes,
just
there
tearing
we
everyone
go.
down.
So they turn it around with the dragon fight right there. See, that's
Oh,
enough
and
to do.
Mega
Oh.
Man Zero hits the fadeaway silence on Ash for the kill. I really did not think that fight was
I
going
didn't
in
think it was going.
THG's
No,
favor.
not at all.
But we saw Morgana come in with a flash R on like 4 members, and after that, most of their health bars were pretty chunked.
Right.
And we see Mega Man Zero, he's full health, full mana. He's going to be able to clear this wave easy, and he might even be able to turn it if they get too aggressive. That fight was very close because Quinn was free firing, and I was watching her hit the Garen. I was like, oh, she's not really doing anything. But then I think she got onto the back line and it's just chunking. We're going to see a 1v1 between Garen and Quinn here. Quinn did take the tower, so she's free to kite towards
but
the
Garen
enemy
just
team.
does unnecessary amount of damage on a squishy champion.
Yeah, and
right?
he's got phage,
So
and she
it's-
runs right into set.
Like that, you can't do much unless with that tank set. Oh,
Yeah, and
man.
so he's versus all AD. He picks up the Sunfire, and now he's going for Trinity Force or Black Cleaver because the spin does apply Black Cleaver on every hit. So it's a very good item, but that move speed is going to help him stay on top of Quinn. And Quinn goes for Infinity Edge second, so really just looking for the burst damage. I haven't followed Quinn too much in the recent meta.
I haven't followed her either.
So I know she's always a lane dominant pick and can affect the map in a unique way, but THE should feel good about that last fight, but they're not. They're even, but they're getting outscaled.
Yep.
They really need with this team comp to get a little bit of a gold lead, so they can kind of
Yes.
play on their
Play on their
terms.
Agreed. Yeah, like Quinn, like we said before, if anything pre-6, she can do something, but she hasn't been able to do too much on her own.
No,
you know? Always
she's-
needs the team help.
Yeah, she always needs Trundle there to
Yeah.
shred the armor. But if they can keep getting that pick on Garen and get that side lane pressure with the Quinn, PTC is going to have to answer it. Not sure who is going to answer it, but Set has a very difficult time running into Quinn because she just walks away and he's just coming at her and she can just kite him. I'm interested to see the third item on Quinn. Is she going to go for like a Last Whisper item or is she going to go for a Zeal item? And you see
I
Jin's
see the
ult
BF
come
sword
in here.
coming out. I was gonna go with what you said before, the Infinity Edge. Looks like she's gonna try, but
Yeah,
that
just
might
double
be a little...
double damage.
Yeah.
Just go for it. I mean, their team comp probably spikes at 2 items with the Quinn, Aurelia. I don't think they're gonna be spiking. Like they still get the item purchases, but their real big power spikes is Aurelia at Blade and maybe one other damage item, and then Ashe at 2 items, Quinn at 2 items. So ideally, you want those to be coming in around the same time, so you can really just take control of the map and kind of do your agency on everything. But we see Quinn looking for picks here. And you know, this is never a position you want to be at when you're very even in gold, but you're outscaled. I feel like PTC can kind of just say, okay, we're
we'll
fine.
let you come by, we'll farm, and
Yeah, we're fine.
We're gonna I'll scale you guys anyway.
Yeah, come in our jungle, look for picks, but we're just not gonna get caught out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in 10 minutes when all of our champions kind of outscale. I do think Ashe and Jhin scale very evenly, but the rest of the map is just in favor of PTC.
Yep, I agree.
Ashe does provide a little bit less damage, but way more utility.
Way more utility.
Even
that's what they're looking for too, but yeah.
You see her W that Garen, and
we have a little bit of a
technical
freeze.
difficulty here. Calvin fell asleep at the wheel. I guess. No. With the teams being we're back to live. So with the teams being not here, we're just spectating through one of their clients. So sometimes there's a little bit of that client issues that are well known. So you didn't even press anything; it just came back on. So nothing wrong with that. And we're just going to be kind of at like a lull state, kind of like we were saying before. Side lanes are just getting bounced back and forth, and unless THE is able to kind of force PTC into a fight, which the next objective is going to be probably Dragon that they fight over.
But
so
PTC's just like you said, they're having their time right now, farming it up. I feel like Jin's just gonna pop off with that force shot that he has and everything.
And he's taking a Vindy special here. He's going the Swifty
boots.
Going
the Swifty boots.
Which on Jhin is more acceptable because he doesn't get the attack speed.
Right.
But it's still nice to see with the changes for Zeal. Jhin can run really fast after he crits. So, and we see PTC kind of getting the inside track here on Dragon, and was that Ashe arrow going wide?
No,
I think it went right through the whole team.
Did it?
So
Ashe arrow is down.
Yeah, so we got kind of a split fight here, and we would like to see THE getting the inside track. They did win the last team fight, maybe just coming in, but we got kind of a Dragon dance here, and I'm interested to see if PTC is okay with just kind of chilling. If nothing's happening.
Lane control and everything.
They get mid prio here. Quinn gets
towers down. So
towers down.
Oh,
and
the flash
Malzahar ult into another kill. It's going to go over to the Malzahar. I thought it was going over to the Jhin, and now THE still haven't done the Dragon. They lost mid tower. They lost their top laner, who is
now
kind of their win count.
Dragon again.
They lose Dragon, and it's going to go down to, well, unless if Soul Mason did steal the last one. So does he have flash up? He does. Oh, but it's going to go over to the set. And now it's Soul Point. It is Cloud Soul, which is not very strong, but on champions like Malzahar, the cooldown reduction on the ult is very, very useful. And also on champions like the Trundle.
Right.
It's a very key ability for their kit. It's not going to be game-breaking, the Soul, but so maybe look for the focus to switch over to Baron. Even for THE, if they lose Soul, it's not the end of the world. If they could trade Soul for a couple towers and grow this gold lead, they are only 100 gold behind, so it's not like they're getting blown out.
Not too bad, yeah. But farm is pretty even. It's not like they're huge, it's just the kills that are coming down.
Yeah, so kills are coming down on PTC's side when you expect with these comps for them to be going over to the THE.
Right.
And we keep talking about scaling, and scaling is something great to lean on, but there's always has to be execution with scaling. So there always could be a fumble here, and THE could get a clean ace and go down and take some inhibs, and and then we
Trundle
have
can make the big difference wherever they take the fight. That all he can stay in that fight for so long, allowing him
and we see Quinn taking a trade on the Jhin, but she does not win that side of the trade. But Morgana's able to cancel the Jhin, kind of spooking them with the Q there. And like you said, and Trundle can kind of dictate the format of the fight too. He throws a pillar in the middle, and it kind of changes the play.
Ashe is low. Oh, that was a good snare by the Morgana, preventing the set from capitalizing on the Ashe right there.
Morgana's playing very clean, and we see Aurelia just going in. Wiz Kaisa dive in the tower again, really looking to just capitalize on this. Jhin blowing double summoners. Oh, and Garen comes in and presses R and just puts Ashe down, and now we see the other members of PTC just falling in and just wrecking THE.
THE's decisions on those fights, I think they feel like it's like out of desperation to do
Yeah.
something. Like they just can't handle that ball or that low point.
Yep.
Where if that is just farm it up, I get you want to fight, but
Yeah.
if you can't get it engaged, don't force the engage.
Yeah, you
right?
see kind of diving into the tower, into a Malzahar, into a set. Set wants the fight brought to him.
Right.
If he can sit there
can
and not
do
have
it,
to run at
boom.
someone and take half their health, that's kind of like a bonus for him. And then Malzahar is probably the best anti-engaged
Yep.
mid laner there is. So he just presses R. Aurelia does have the QSS, but I don't even think she got ulted in that fight.
No, she didn't.
just
She got
died
bursted
and
down.
Jin just pressed right click and
Yeah.
she got popped. So
Well, you have the Karma protecting the Jin all the time too,
Yeah.
so like it's
and Jin only lived in that fight with probably like 50
50
health.
health,
He burned both sums, got the Karma Shield, and so if Aurelia is able to pop him there, maybe that fight goes a little bit differently.
Right.
But we see the Malzahar hitting 16 stacks on the Medjais. He doesn't think he's dying again this game, and is just snowballing it into a huge lead where he can just kind of run over and everyone's
Just
focus
so
has
much
been
damage
on
there.
the Jin. So Malzahar is kind of sitting to the side
Yep.
and just pumping out
pumping out.
consistent damage. And usually when a like the mid laner usually provides the burst damage and the AD carry provides the consistent damage, but this is kind of a switch where Jin has those big bursty autos that
Right.
aren't super fast, and Malzahar with his damage over time really is providing that consistent
Yep.
team fight damage. So target selection for THE is very important here, so that they can maintain in
Capitalize
this
and do
game.
something.
Like
Yep.
they were just even, and now we see Quinn coming in,
See,
but like we said,
that's what's gonna happen.
just gets R pressed on her, and she can't die, or she can't do anything.
Can't
she
do
doesn't
anything.
have the.
Yep.
Oh, and we see the damage over time. And this is just.
See, and this Garen is just
Yeah,
pumping
he's
it out.
huge. He's, he hasn't done anything. He's down 70 CS, but
Yeah.
he can 1v1
He can still
anyone because
1v1
it's
anybody.
full AD.
He
Trundle's probably the only one he can 1v1, but he's still living a
He's
very
still
long
living.
time.
You know?
Yeah.
But
he's-
Trundle's ult's down, so he can maybe do something with that.
Yeah,
but
look at they're just dancing and grass procs, and he's living.
yeah,
So without Trundle in the team fight too, THE has almost no chance.
engage,
So
no chance, no front line.
yeah, they have in both games they pick very weak front lines. And,
Right,
with
right.
these other teams we're seeing Garen set. That's just two guaranteed people who
Yeah.
want to go in and don't mind getting hit. Whereas Trundle, if he isn't able to press R on Garen or
Right.
on set, he's having a rough time.
Right.
And kind of what we said in Champ Select, these team comps are just very hard to execute. And especially on a team that hasn't had a whole lot of time to play together and has some weird schedules and doesn't get a lot of practice in. You would think standard top tank,
Right.
initiation jungle,
Something simple.
control
to
mage
execute.
mid,
Yeah.
damage over time. But, that just seems like a better.
Seems like Soul's gonna go over to PTC.
Yep, and
And he's
Trundle's jumping
Trundle tried
in,
going
trying.
for the steal.
Aurelia ults in.
no, like-
He looks like he's gonna get the kill. Gets the kill on Karma as their target selection, but this Garen is just an absolute monster.
Yeah,
I don't
this
know
game's
if
already just being steamrolled from
yeah,
PTC.
and
so-
like I said, I don't see I don't see any way they win this game once it hits 30 minutes.
No.
If this was a reverse and they were up 23-9,
Right.
they would still be having trouble once the scaling came in. But
Well, that's that's what I was calling for. If they're going for that early game pressure, you have that utility from the bot lane, but wish would have seen that somewhere
Yep.
else, right?
Yeah, I didn't see any Ashards. I mean, it's very hard. We see Quinn looking to try and get the minion wave here, but this very, very, very fed Malzahar
Yeah.
just presses R,
And it's
and that's
done.
why he's such a good champion.
Yeah, this game goes to PTC.
Yeah, so we're going to see the quick 2-0 here. Very decisive and
Yeah.
convincing wins both games for PTC.
Had some hope up in that top lane. That one
Yeah,
for one.
He
It wasn't
yeah,
too bad, but
Quinn traded the 1-for-1 early and then got a repeat gank from Trundle, got
Yeah.
another kill. I think at one point she was like 4-1, 5-1, so it looks
Yeah.
really good. But then you look at the rest of the
Look
map
at the
and
rest of the map.
everyone's
Yes.
losing because all the pressure has to go to the Quinn.
Yeah.
And if that's wants to be your win con, like okay,
Then
then you
focus
have
that.
to and you have to focus it and transition it. You can't just have jungle top doing well with bot lane struggling or mid lane struggling.
Right.
You got to kind of bring that lead and transition it
And
to the
just
rest
keep
of the
going.
map. And we kind of saw that with Jin and Karma being able to move to the mid lane, take towers,
Yep.
and then just transition their lead. And with bot lane winning, that's almost guaranteed Dragon control. And we've seen in every single week, Dragon as a win con is a great,
It's huge.
great thing to
huge.
fall back on. And if you just say every Dragon we're gonna fight, it usually works out pretty
Yeah.
well for the team who has bot lane
No,
control. So
Agreed.
um,
Well,
TA
good job to PTC
Yeah.
for getting their second win of the.
and they
their-
move into third place. So it's going to be Fire Nation, EGL, PTC, and then the Ham Elites rounding out the bottom of the charts. Next week, who do we have, Aaron? Well, we'll get that in just a second. But Discord. Let's see here. I don't know where I'm looking. Just go. All right, we'll post the schedule after the stream's over. Thank you, Simeon. Great job today, and thank
Yeah.
you, Aaron, for joining me. We'll be here next week, probably around the same time, 2 o'clock tentatively. We will let everyone know if there is any schedule changes or anything, but 2 o'clock Central Time. And we'll see you next week on the stream.
Come
Thank
back.
you guys for stopping by, and have a good one.
Thanks for having me. Have a good one, guys.
Yep.